Well, good rising, everyone, and welcome to Coffee Talk and Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy whatever it is, changing over from 23 to 24, Gregorian New Year. Some people like to celebrate it now, some people don't. Whatever you like. It is what it is. Howdy y'all from the middle of nowhere, Texas. Hi, middle of nowhere, Texas, and Matrix 6 on Rumble. And Scott Hunter, thank you for the tip on Rockfin. Appreciate you. Hi, Mark Wontraba. And hello to all you lovely folks over here on the YouTubes. Excuse me while I'm still doing stuff. I'm still putting on a little bit of, you know, stuff on my face. I need eyeliner. Anyway, did y'all have a happy New Year? You know what? I was in bed by 10 p.m. I don't even care about staying up. I mean, you know, that's how it is when you get older. You just don't give a shit about that stuff anymore. Well, at least I don't. I was like, will you people stop? Stop with your fireworks. Shut up. You know, me and Ted were trying to watch a movie. Can't even watch a movie in peace because everybody's blowing off stupid fireworks. Can't find... I'll use this brown one. Stupid fireworks. Hi, Cammy, Voy, Lord Racer, Truth Faction, Corey, 84 full. Happy New Year, Julia Stream. Best start of my New Year, being blue on Karen's channel again. I know you lost your account, huh, boy? Brian's birthday, eat my salsa. Brian's birthday is October 1st. It was October 1st. Or unless you're talking about another Brian. I think this is dried out. You talking about another Brian? Champagne toast sounds soggy. Yeah, boy, I remember when I was blue hair, Lord Racer. Was it under this account or another account? Southern Belle, Happy New Year. Wake and Bake. Jameson Kimbrell. Grateful to have such good people as friends. Yeah, man, me too. Me too. Fuck this stupid eyeliner. Excuse me, I'm sorry. This one works better. Yeah, so anyway. Sunbreak in Southern California. Hi, Spicy Sarah. Gotta go. Hi, Guyana Spice. Gotta go. Crazy and off here too, Sarah. Baking a bit with my coffee for attitude adjustment. It's not like winter anyway. It's pretty cold here. Oh, I can't stand the fireworks anymore though, boy. It's stupid to me. Once I started living in the country and like having animals and watching the animals freak out over the stupid fireworks which reenact a war. Well, that's for 4th of July. It allegedly is like, you know, and reenacting winning a war. The bombs bursting in air, right? So now I don't care. I don't like them because it makes all the little woodland creatures freak out. They're like, what the fuck is going on? You know? They don't need to be subjected to that, you know, twice a year in the middle of summer when life's supposed to be good. They're gonna freak out, right? And then And then in the winter, in the middle of winter, in the middle of night, in the middle of the dead of winter, they're like, what the fuck? You know? I don't know. I just think it's messed up. It's stupid. You're disrupting all of nature. I don't like it. I prefer it to be quiet. I like my peace. I like my peace and quiet. I think every town should have like one professional fireworks for 20 minutes. Yeah, it's fine like in the city area, you know, where like you're already doing city stuff and making city noises anyway. So, but out in the country, I know you're able to do what you want, and like I do sometimes, you know, like we have shooting days here, but fireworks in the middle of the night, like explosions, we just don't do that. We do all our shooting in broad daylight, you know, when you're supposed to, and we shoot into, you know, things that will catch the bullets, you know? We shoot into targets, into piles of dirt, into tree, you know, big, you know, whatever. Into the side of the hill. But we're not like randomly in air, exploding stuff. I don't know, I'm just not a fan of it anymore. I'm really not. And so I stopped doing that stuff on my property, so all the little woodland creatures can come hide out over here when the rest of the neighborhood is going nuts and exploding shit everywhere. And as a result, you know, I get cute little woodland creatures. I get does coming back here with their 2 little babies, you know, they're like, this place is cool. So, turkeys will come hang out back here. I don't know, I prefer it that way. That's how I roll. Anyway, sorry. There's a time and a place for Big Boom, though, don't get me wrong. Where's my stuff? Oh, here it is. It was quiet here. Too quiet? Yeah, I get that part of it too. I moved on from fireworks to gunpowder. Exactly. Jaren Raid. Hey! I saw that Jaren was streaming. Jaren was streaming all freaking night. Oh my god. How do y'all do that? I just don't. I don't have it in me. You know? Like if somebody was like, you have to stream all night or you're gonna die, I'd be like, I'm probably gonna die. I don't know if I can make it. I'm probably gonna just die. Alright, I'm sorry, I'm done. Mark Sargent is the goat. Yeah. Are dogs more afraid of fireworks than cats? I don't know. Well, yeah. The cats were hiding. But we don't... The cats that we have, though, they're not inside cats. They're, like, woods cats. They're, like, semi-feral cats that came out of the woods, and then we just started feeding them, and now they're kind of our cats because we feed them. But they live outside. Or, like, they'll sleep in the garage. But, they were... I think one of them was in the garage, and then the other one that's more feral, I think he split. I don't know where he's at. I think he's back, but I don't know where he was hiding when all the fireworks were going off. We didn't see him. Probably has a little hiding spot in the woods somewhere that he goes, because sometimes he'll just take off. Happy Moonday. Watching girls do their makeup. You do? I always feel bad when I'm still doing stuff and the stream starts, but then I'm like, well, I don't want to make everybody wait. you know, any longer than they already did. So whatever. I feel like people would think it's boring. They follow Ted around, yeah. Is Jaren still streaming? I think every town should have. Yeah, yeah. Those trail behind planes and fireworks have something in common. Oh, dude, you know what? Let's talk about that a little bit. Because I think it was Joelle Lynn who posted on Facebook that she thought she was hearing like radio stations interference. And I have to admit that something was going on and I was watching something or listening to something. I can't remember what. And I was hearing a weird like interference. And I was like, what is that sound? Right? And then I just didn't really think much of it. And then I saw that post that Joelle Lynn made on Facebook where she said she's been hearing music and she's not sure where it's coming from. And you know, they have that, there's people that say that if they have those metal fillings that they've been able to pick up radio stations. I don't know how true that is. Like that was the story that Lucille Ball told on like Johnny Carson years ago. Hey, Martin. Jaren is doing the outro. Oh. So, right. So anyway, I only have one. I've had some fillings. I had fillings over the years, but most of them were the white, like ceramic kind. I have one that's the amalgam, right? So I thought, and I've had it for years and nothing's ever happened. I'm like, did that like pick something up? And why now? As opposed to not ever before. And I don't even, like I said, I don't even know if that's a thing. Does anybody know if that's really a thing? If your fillings can pick up radio signal? Because my other reason for sort of, that piquing my interest is, oh my God, Billy Joe's a faggot. Do you see this tweet right here? Green Day's Billy Joe Armstrong altered lyrics in American Idol to sing "I'm not part of the MAGA agenda." Oh, he's so gay. Ugh. Not that I'm a Trump fan or anything, but you want to be part of the fucking retard Biden America? The America that's circling the fucking drain right now because of idiots like you? Anyway. Excuse me. Hello, Jason Ray. So, how many people, I don't know how many people are in chat, but how many of you have noticed that people have been getting sick? I feel like a lot of people have been saying they've been getting sick, like throw up sick, like nausea, vomiting sick. Brian's been sick. My daughter got sick. Ted got sick. My son got sick before that, but not as bad as like everybody else. And I did not. But it seemed to me, you know, and even then, like, one of the realtors, because my mom and I have been dealing with, my mom's bought a house over here, so it's like, we've been talking to realtors. The realtors are talking about people who got sick. So, I'm just wondering, why is everybody getting sick like this? And I know people say, oh, it's flu season. I don't believe in flu seasons, okay? There's 4 seasons and flu season isn't one of them. Yeah, Cammie got sick. Right? Sarah, 10,000%. A lot of people getting sick, right? That means if you have a copper IUD, you can pull radio waves in and have a party all the time. I don't know. That's why I'm asking. Several friends were sick after Thanksgiving. Sugar season. Well, I don't know, man. I'm wondering if they haven't been turning up, if there hasn't been an alteration in the frequencies that are being emitted by things. You know what I'm saying? Like, are they turning up the G? You know what I mean? Boil that chicken for hours. Yeah, break the bones. Make sure that bone marrow gets all up in there. G and I have been sick, not throwing up, but it sucked this past week, right? Sick people. Yeah, thank you, me too. I've been healthy too. What is going on? So it makes me wonder if, I don't know. It makes me wonder if there's been a change in sort of the grid or things that are being propagated on the grid. Because nothing else makes sense. No. This is so sketchy, dude. Everything around these people is so sketchy. What was I gonna look for before I started yammering about the other thing? Our bodies are detoxifying. We are supposed to be hibernating. No, we're not hibernators. We don't hibernate. I've been feeling nauseous, says Sherry Ives. See? I don't know. Spraying the skies. That too. That's what I was gonna look at. A tweet I looked at earlier. Spraying the skies, right? Who shared something? It was Truth Stream Media, I think. Yeah, right here. So it says, anyone else noticed the giant rainbow around the sun at sunset lately? I've been trying to take pictures of it, but the camera doesn't see it the way my eyes do. It isn't just oranges and yellows at all. Anyone else seeing this? So yeah, you can kind of see this weird like array of color. It's not super noticeable at first, but if you really look at it, like it is a little bit. So, and it makes me wonder, because I know that there are things that you can see with your eyes that the camera lens won't necessarily pick up. So this along with everybody getting sick, it makes me wonder, because I have seen an uptick in what seems to be the spraying, right? I feel like other people have too. And when there's more stuff in the air, especially superconductive material, like what they could be spraying in there, it just makes me wonder if people aren't getting physically ill due to that. And then they're going to be like, oh, it's a new variant. You know what I'm saying? What would you do if you had to be a chef for the Obama's New Year's Eve party? Oh my God. Goodness no, it's Michigan. I see the sun a few hours a week this time of year. Could be a biological mold spores. What? I've had a runny nose, but did the full moon parasite cleanse. I don't get sick, but don't eat the same as most people, and I don't get much EMF either. That's pretty good. I haven't been sick not as long as a decade, but it's been quite a while since I've been sick. And I just saw, like, all of a sudden, it just seemed like everyone around me was getting sick. A lot of rainbow clouds at sunset in Scotland, like oil and on water. Yes, I see sky rainbows a ton lately. Huh. I think chaga tea and elderberry syrup are my secret weapons. Consider if 10 people gather, that's 10 phones radiating in one room. Oh, you're right. That's true. Think about thousands. I don't know what's up with that, man. The afterglow of Christmas is dissolving. Wake up hungover, sad sacks. Yeah, man, I'm just not down with fireworks anymore. I go to bed early. I'm like an old lady. We should all go to a salt cave for a meetup. Ooh, Sherry, where is there a salt cave around here? I know there's lots of caves around here, and I want to go to a cave. I want to bring my new camera and go to a cave or something and go record some cool stuff. That is why I didn't stream this last Friday, by the way. I know I've been doing the member streams and all that stuff, and I wanted to, but then I started playing with my camera, and I realized I have a lot to learn about how to use this camera. This is not like a normal camera. It's not. And then I recorded some stuff with it, and then I realized that I couldn't even process the video like normal video, right? Like as a raw, you have to have certain plugins and stuff. So it's been a learning curve. There's definitely a learning curve with the increased in whatever you want to call it, production value. The increase in production value has quite a learning curve, right? So like there's much more stuff is involved with processing the video after the fact, right? Tweaking the colors and the contrast and blah blah blah. But video is amazing. Looks amazing. It's really cool. So I really want to take it somewhere and just start using it, right? I have it. I'll just start using it. Yeah, man. Let's do it. I was telling Cammie we should go check out some caves. I know there's a cave actually within a couple of hours. I forget where it is, but we'll have to figure it out and go. I want to see a gypsum crystal cave. Had to do research on gypsum crystallization for work and found a lot of gravy from late 1800s. Oh, really? Can you hear? I think Ted's out there using the sander. I can hear him. Jumping in here post Jaren mega stream. Howdy y'all. Hey, Run Boston Bear. Did you finish? Hi, Sander. I know. It's crazy, man. I ain't doing that. That's too freaking long. I don't know how you do that. How would anybody do that? You know what's funny is like when Flat Earth first was a thing and there wasn't like it's not excuse me. It's not at all it was not at all the way it is now. Like early Flat Earth when we would have hangouts. There was Google Hangouts, right? Hangouts doesn't exist anymore. But we would have these Google Hangouts for like 12 hours. We would just have like an open hangout room and we would just come on and we would just talk about Flat Earth stuff on the live stream. And we would always get trolls and there'd be people trying to, take over your stream and snipe your stream. And like there was this whole like little time period where it was like just crazy. Like, I don't know how to even explain it. It was very raw and even more disjointed and disorganized than it is now, if you could even imagine that to be possible. And we would have these little groups, these little hangout groups, and and if you were in the hangout group, you could always join the stream. We would just live stream from that group, and if you got kicked out from the group, then you couldn't be part of the stream. You had to be allowed into the little hangout group. I don't know if you guys remember this stuff. And so, yeah, when like Jibby Jedi, the porn bombers. Yes. Remember how Morgile used to get porn bombed all the time? All the time, dude. He was so bad about it. Yeah, Hangouts is now Google Chat. We have the largest salt deposits here in Michigan, Diamond Crystal Salt Company. That's cool. They started this divide and conquer after the 99% protested the 1%. What do you mean? Which protest? At what time? Land of 10,000 lakes is highest salt deposits. That's scary. Why? Actually, well, think about it. I mean, salt of the earth, salt pillars. The ocean is salty. And think about if the ocean wasn't salty. I thought about this. When I learned about like fermentation and making kombucha and stuff like that. If the ocean wasn't salty, it would be fucking disgusting. It would be a disgusting, sloppy, goopy, moldy, disgusting mess. I'm just telling you right now. The salt regulates stuff, right? It keeps the balance between the healthy and the good stuff, and it keeps the bad stuff at bay. I mean, think about it. I was swimming in the ocean and I was thinking about it. I was like, what if the ocean wasn't salty? And I was like, oh, it would be gross. It would be gross. Salt can't magically reappear like water from the firmament can? I mean, how do you know? How do you know? Salt crystals grow. Actually, they grow from the supersaturated slurry. Oh, I love this subject. Let's go there. Let's go there. Let's do it. Brine makes fine. That's what I'm saying. Like, it would be gross if it wasn't salty. I mean, and we require salt, right? And they try to tell you not to eat salt. Salt's bad for you. No, it isn't, dude. Salt is good for you. Salt is good. I mean, everything in moderation. You know how it is. But salt is a preservative. Salt, I mean, in the ancient world, salt had extreme value. Almost more valuable than gold, right? That's why it's called a salary. Because you got your weekly salt distribution, right? And salt was like used like a currency, right? Like a money, because it was so valuable. Because if you don't have salt, you can't preserve food. Your food doesn't taste good. You know what I'm saying? You can't ferment. You can't ferment and preserve. Salt is highly important. And it's really important to have good salt, not crappy fluoridated iodized salt. Yeah, right, salt of the earth. You can live without sugar, but you die without salt. Exactly, Omega Genesis. I test the water in Lake Huron a few times a year, 180 parts per million. Total dissolved solids on an average 8.4 pH. I take bites of Celtic sea salt throughout the day, just a small pinch. Right? That's what I'm saying. You could do, they have all these different types of salts that have different stuff in them. And you know, they have different benefits. What about the body salts? The 12 salts? The 12 cell salts? Right? Remember the protest of 2011? We are the 99% is a political slogan widely used and coined during the 2011... Oh, Occupy Wall Street? I was just curious which you were... Divide and Conquer is old, though. That's, like, always been the... Always... Like, they even... And if you even go back and you look at stuff, like, how stuff was set up historically, like, they set up the divide and conquer thing for, like, multiple levels of multiple things. I mean, look at what just happened in the last year. Okay, so it was like the first part of the year, it was everybody against the transgender agenda, right? Leave our kids alone, save the children, you know, stop trying to abuse these children. Are you hurting the children, right? To now, there's a war. There's not even a war. Israel's blowing up Gaza and literally killing thousands of women and children, and everybody's like, let it happen. Let it happen. I support Israel. Stand with Israel. Don't be an anti-Semite. Now they're okay with women and children being hurt, abused, dying, being blowed up. That's okay. What the fuck? Like, can we all just agree that killing children is a bad thing? And you know what's crazy? I mean, it doesn't matter how you're doing it, right? Like, it's all bad. I mean, and with today's technology, you don't have to carpet bomb anybody. They can do very precise, deliberate strikes. I mean, the narrative going on to let people believe that, I mean, it's bullshit, 100% bullshit. Anyway, I can't hear the show preview when on hold for the call. Oh shit. Let me because I didn't hook up the line. Run Boston Bear, thank you for reminding me. Hold on. I'll open I'll open the phones. That's my fault.
Welcome to the conference center. There is one party in the conference. You are a host.
All right. I don't watch the news. All right, thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's going on?
You fixed it. I got your stream flowing through on the hold now.
Yeah, I just wasn't hooked up to the call board.
No, it's all good. Because I was tripping. It was like a call, and I was sitting there. I was like, oh, no, I don't know what she's saying. I don't know. You know, it's funny. I like what you're talking about, though, the salt. I've been playing around with different salt contents, you know, being a distance runner. I didn't really focus on it because what's kind of crazy is when you become a truther, you know, I've only been on the journey for 2 years, you start asking all the questions about, like, health and, like, oh, man, what gets you sick, actually? And wait, what's good for the body? And I didn't ever really focus on the smaller elements. And so I would just get like nutrition products, like they're prepackaged and have a whole bunch of crap in it. And I was like, wait a minute, they're just making money off marketing, and there's junk in my normal athletic nutrition products. So I got with Steven Dragon, and I've been taking his like his fire or whatever, his salt that he mixes up, because there's no junk in there, no fillers. Throughout the day, I have saltier water, and it's not like I was using LMNT, like the limit or whatever, but that's like kind of a bad salt in there now. And I'm finding that my recovery and just overall like mood is better having your salts up. But anyway.
That's really good, actually. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like it affects your physical performance? Like, does it?
Oh yeah, all of it. So it's funny, the smallest change from like trash products and almost like not even being aware to raising your awareness and understanding of like what actually your body needs, and then putting it in, like the little pinches of sea salt. I'll do that like 2 or 3 times a day. Whenever I see it, I'm just like, oh yeah, I'll just put some of that in. And I feel like I'm recovering quicker. I feel like in the middle of an interval, like if I'm trying to hold 6-minute pace for like 9 minutes, I have more oomph, or I have more focus and more ability for the muscles, because really muscles firing is just an electrical thing, and you need electrolytes to make all that happen. So I think I've been living depleted, training depleted, and it makes your mood go down. It makes you like anxious and depressed, and I've been pretty stable since putting better things in my body, because I know I'm kind of like filibustering, but I've passed bentonite clay through at times with these tonics I'm making, and She Legit I got from Dave Weiss is amazing in my coffee every morning. And then activated charcoal, passing that through, and I got David Avocado's Wolf's like Parasite cleanse, went through that. And honestly, Karen, like 2 months, I haven't had anxiety or depression. Like, it's just like everything's working in my body better.
That's amazing. That's amazing. That's really good. Yeah, see, salt is
super cool. Like, they don't want you to know how easy it is. It's just small changes of mindset and small changes of what you put in. And then definitely clean water. You don't want the fluorinated stuff. But all you guys are legends. I mean, you and everybody, it's not just about the shape of the earth. It's about reaching kind of like the potential we were made to have, but the mainstream doesn't want us to know how powerful we are, or how beautiful we are, or how fun life can be. They're like, no, we don't want you to have fun. We want you imprisoned and sick. We want to kill you. It's like, no, I don't want that.
Yeah, we want you to hate yourself.
and be divisive. Hey,
Right.
how about y'all fight over everything?
Right. Exactly.
But anyway, I listened to Jaron until about 11:45, and then was like, I gotta go to bed. And then caught him this morning finishing up. He almost got 12 hours. He's a legend. And 300 people stayed on with him the whole time.
Wow. I wonder if they were actually watching or if they like had it on and then like took little naps.
Maybe little naps, but every time I checked, the chat was just flowing. Like, seemed like people were engaged and having a good time. But yeah, we're doing a big purge at my house. So this is the last thing I'll say. We pulled every single toy, every single item of the kids out into the living room, and it was like a 4 or 5 inch pile, and you couldn't see the carpet. I'm talking insane, like 7 years of collecting stuff. And we're purging big time. What can we sell? What can we donate? Let's get it out of here, because we've been so busy. We hadn't had the time to declutter. So we're doing a massive decluttering. We're about to finish up today. And it's also my 11th year wedding anniversary today.
Oh, happy anniversary.
Thanks, Karen.
That's cool. You guys were married on New Year's Day. Usually it's
noon
summertime
on New
stuff.
Year's Day.
That's cool.
It's been a fun ride. But I'll hop in the chat and just listen to other callers. But I appreciate what you do. Every single one of y'all that just bring the light and the goodness and pushing back the darkness. It's so sad that the anti-flat earthers are so against like this movement, because the movement is not just about arguing about the shape of the earth. I don't know why they don't see that. Mm-hmm. It's about finding the truth in all things. And that's what's so funny is, like, if it's a globe, just, provide some evidence. Help us out. Like, we'll come back to it. It's just not a spinning, rotating, gyrating globe, like spinning around the sun. There's no proof of that at all. And if anyone hasn't checked into, Whitsitt's debate with Professor Parks on Jaronism debates, it was a fantastic episode. They were cordial. They were talking nicely. And you can just hear that it's a belief. But anyway.
That's awesome.
Yep, you're awesome. So have a blessed day, and we'll talk more soon.
All right. Thank you, Ron Boston Bear, for calling, and have a good one.
Mm-hmm. Thanks. Peace.
Moringa 2, Forgotten Super Tree. What's Moringa? Let's look that up. And he's right, though. It's not just about the shape of the earth. It's about reaching your full potential. That's where I started. That's actually when I went to go do my talk at 2018 FEIC. That was basically the gist of my talk, was that we're not only we lied to about this, but we're lied to about ourselves, right? Like, that's the mask of the globe that's hiding our true selves, our true potential, because at the end of the day, you aren't connected to source or whatever you want to call it, the creator. You're not connected to the creation, because you think you have a completely wrong idea of what it is and how it works. So how are you supposed to live the life to the fullest potential if you have a completely wrong idea about how everything works or where we are? I think it's pretty simple. And people go, oh, well, I still have to go to work every day. Yeah, we all still have to. And unfortunately, the world that we're living in right now, we do need money, to live in this system. It sucks, but we do. But it doesn't have to be a nightmare. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't have to be a nightmare. And that's the whole thing about waking people up and them, going through that process so that they can then have a completely change of attitude, a change of heart, a lasting change of attitude and change of heart, not just temporarily, like lasting, like literally a paradigm shift that completely changes your life outlook, because that's kind of what it takes, right? Kind of like, and I don't know a lot about it, but it seems like when even when somebody has some sort of addiction, that they keep choosing to go back to that addiction until within them, something inside of them ticks and it says, you know what? I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm done. And then they can quit. And then they stop, right? But they have to have that. It has to come from deep within. Like, okay, I see why this is bad and it's hurting me. And you know, now I want to change it. I want to make it better. I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to live that life. You know? What is Moringa? Where does it grow? Wildly, fast-growing, drought-resistant tree of the Moringaceae, native to Indian subcontinent and used extensively in South and Southeast Asia. Moringa drumstick tree, widely cultivated for its young seed pods and leaves, uses vegetables for traditional herbal medicine, also used for water purification. Although listed as an invasive species in several countries, has not been observed invading intact habitats or displacing native flora. So it looks like you can grow it real easy. What zones? Altitude 0 to 6,600 feet. Tropical or subtropical. So it may not like the freezing weather. Has numerous applications in cooking throughout its regional distribution. Edible parts include the whole leaves, leaflets, stalks, and stems. Oxalate levels. Oh, it's got high oxalate. Well, it can vary from 430 to 1,050 milligrams per 100 grams. So it can either be less or more than spinach. Oxalates are the things that mess up your guts. Like people who have a hard time eating a lot of leafy greens. The oxalate is the thing that makes the leafy greens not happy to eat for some people. Right? Even Globers agree Effie and Globers are division. They just don't see credibility to Flat Earth. Government schools made us dumb and we lost our full potential. Rockefeller schools. That's how I quit Siggy's. That's what Ted says, right? He just decided he was going to quit. It grows in my greenhouse in southeast Alabama. There you go. If you have a greenhouse, you probably can grow lots of it. That's the key, is the greenhouse. Sumac tree. In the season of gift exchange, how many China products were exchanged? Stephanie Martin, this is why I don't like Christmas. This is why I didn't like Christmas for a long time before I even dove into what it actually meant, where it came from, why we even do it. Like, it's a very corporatized holiday. They push, you spending all kinds of money and buying all kinds of crap. And this, like, the craziness that goes, I want nothing to do with any of the consumerism, like promoting the consumerism. I hate it. That's just so disingenuous. Why would you, to celebrate Jesus's birthday, the guy who went and turned the tables over in the, you know what I'm saying? Turned the tables over in the temple, would you promote consumerism? Anyway, that's my whole attitude on that. So once I got an excuse to blow Christmas off, I did it. And it has nothing to do with Christian or Torah or any of that stuff. I know there's a whole argument amongst Christians about that stuff. I don't really care. And I don't really care if people do still celebrate Christmas. Like, you do whatever you want in your home. You know what I'm saying? I am not in the business of telling people what to do inside their houses. If you want to put up the tree and hang balls on the tree and do whatever you want to do and put and you that makes you happy, you do it. You do it and you be happy doing it. All right? That shit drove me crazy. I never liked doing it. I'm glad. I just don't want to do it. I never wanted to do it. I hated lying about Santa. Made me feel like a giant turd. That's me though. You know, I don't really care what other people want to do. That's good. You do that. I have an indoor moringa I sprouted July 4th. It's now 6.5 feet. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. Hi, Jana. In 1999, gave challenge to my children to buy gifts, but not from China. It was difficult then, now near impossible. Right? Or what would even be what I thought would be a cool idea is to only do the make gifts you make. You have to make it. I stopped liking Christmas at the age of 5. Yeah. Yeah. Santa, Satan, right? Exactly. That was the worst part. I felt so horrible lying about Santa and being a liar. The caves in New Mexico are crazy. Carlsbad has never been fully explored. They block off the good parts. Yeah. Salt intake is recommended in the Bible numerous times, but now if you're old, they tell you to watch your salt. Probably kill. Yes, exactly. Salt intake probably is mentioned in the Bible. There's a lot of stuff mentioned in the Bible that we now know is good for you and they tell you not to do. That comes up all the time in anti-religious scripture studies. Hey, MFT, happy 2024. Yeah. Also, the phones are open, thanks to Run Boston Bear, 848-222-2480 if anybody wants to call in and say hi. Does anybody have any predictions for 2024? What do you predict will happen in 2024? People are talking about the Epstein client list. Supposedly they're trying to release it. It's trending on Twitter. The name Paul David Hewson, aka Bono, appears 3 times on flight logs to Epstein Island. Is that true? Could be true, I guess. I mean, he's a disgusting globalist zealot puppet mouthpiece, so it's entirely possible. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think they'll release it. Today's the day, January 1st. Clients on the Jeffrey Epstein list are supposed to be released. Let's see who's on there. Why not start the new year with a little truth? Well, where is the list? See, why does everybody keep saying that? Where is it? Yeah, Jeffrey, there you go. There's the list. Hollywood and Washington. Boom. Holy War. Hello, Nathan Reed. Realize. First sighting of the moon after equinox is the new year first month. So that's, wait a minute. First sighting of the new moon after equinox. 2020 prediction, Karen B will throw an epic lunatic ball. People who have the list are on the list. Exactly, Dr. Backass words. That list ain't real. Gilean's trial never happened. Oh, really? I mean, you know. I mean, I wasn't there. But that's an interesting outlook. My prediction for 24 is America goes to war, scrap metal prices will go up, Trump and Biden will have the last man standing cage match for the president's office. Well, if that's true, then Trump's definitely going to be the president. Because there ain't no way that crotchety old fart is going to take... I mean, not that Trump is like young and fit, but Jesus, at least he can walk up and down stairs. How many U.S. elected politicians hold dual citizenship with Israel? I don't know, that's a lot. Like all of them? Most of them? Guyana gets ugly? What's going on in Guyana? I heard there was some, like, there's like a genocide going on over there too. There's always some sort of like thing going on in Africa. Let me see. I actually did read about that recently. Is this in the news? Let's see. Oh, look at this. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro mobilizes 5,600 troops after Britain sends warship to Guyana and territorial dispute. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. Do you think this... Venezuela, dude, you know how corrupt that country is? What do you think this dude's up to? Ordered the mobilization of more than 5,600 troops in response to the deployment of a British warship to the coast of Guyana as tensions emerged over the oil-rich territory. The dispatch of the vessel was seen as a signal of support for the former British colony, prompting the Venezuelan ruler to put his military on high alert in response to the provocation and threat of the UK against peace and sovereignty of our country. Huh. Earlier this month, Guyana and Venezuela signed an agreement to avoid a military conflict in light of elevated tensions. Arguing over resources. We found a lot of oil there recently, yeah. Remember Maduro was nearly taken out at military parade? I don't, man. Too much shit happens on this plane to keep up with it all. Like, there's stuff going on all the time, everywhere. I don't think people understand. This place is really big and relatively small at the same time, if that makes any sense. But there's always something going on. There's stuff going on in places we don't know nothing about. But I thought I saw something too about Africa. Let me see. I can't remember what it was though. Let's do... Remember on Spaces when fake experts claimed how these actions would have no effect because they attacked 1% of the boats? So now they've got people going around the bottom of South Africa. Instead of using the Suez Canal. They want to... Oof. See, I don't want to show that stuff. Well, it's only going to talk about Israel and Gaza right now, but that makes sense. Another Russian attack on Lviv. This time they have destroyed the Museum of Roman Shukovich in Bilogorsky. Russia has created a myth about Ukrainian Nazis to justify the genocide. Well, I don't know if that's a myth, but who knows? See, who even knows what's going on? How does anybody know what's going on? For real. This shit is so chaotic. But, you know, if everybody wasn't so lied to and told different lies about things, then it probably wouldn't be so chaotic. It's like nobody knows what the hell's really going on. I wish genocide apologists a shitty new year. That's kind of how I feel about it. Like somebody, I posted something on Facebook and someone's like, the thing in the genocide in Gaza is propaganda. Like it's not real. What? Dude, that shit's been going on for decades. Decades. Come on. And you know what's, it's crazy? Like 2014, there was a really bad war. 4 boys got blown up by a jet on the beach. Boys playing soccer. Like I remember this shit going down. Nobody was calling it a propaganda then. Nobody wanted to talk about it then either. Like it was very, very censored. Every time they do this, there's this huge propaganda to like spread out to like make it look like they're justified in doing what they're doing, and they're not. It's not okay what's going on over there. And I don't understand why everybody is like, oh, let it happen. Like, what the fuck? It blows my mind how many people are okay with genocide, with people just being blown up, literally just blown up over there. I don't get it. Like, and it blows me away too to see it being called like a left-right issue, like a conservative versus liberal issue, and now that's like a liberal point of view. Actually, that's the point that I made that point earlier, right? Like now it's a liberal point of view to say don't, you know, discriminately collectively punish an entire group of people and just carpet bomb the place just because you want to take over their shit. Like, why is this okay? And today, it blows me away that any of this is still happening and is okay in the world we live in today. It just goes to show that you can never trust a government. Never trust the government. Never trust any politician. Is it true there were 7,000 new islands discovered in Japan? No, I talked about this, Dr. Backass Words. Here's what it is. If you read the article, they went through and they counted every little tiny thing that is like popping up out of water. That's an island, right? Like every little thing. So it could just be like nothing even big enough that you could barely stand on it, and it was a fucking island. So anything that was surrounded by waters got counted as an island, and so now there's 7,000 new islands in Japan. But it's stupid. They're not like they're nothing they're not substantial island. You know what I'm saying? There's anything anywhere that's surrounded by water. So it was like deceptive. We can go back and read the article if you want. Africans are invading the West. All kinds of shit. Yeah, right? Why is everybody bringing that stuff over the border? Watch here. Look at. Have you guys seen about people crossing the border? Here, let's do border crisis. These people stuck in there. What other country allows foreigners to enter their border with a court hearing 2,200 days later? There was something where I was seeing they were talking about that these people were being bussed in, or they people crossed the border, and then from the border they get bused to different cities like Chicago and New York. And they get a cell phone. A migrant encampment at Zuni and Spear continues to grow. Many of the migrants say they are looking for work. Today, Denver Mayor Mike Johnston joined the mayors of New York City and Chicago in calling on the federal government to do more help to their cities address the migrant crisis. But yeah, so these are the cities where they're actually busing these migrants to. These are all mega region cities too, by the way. So there's some groundwork being laid down here, which is kind of which is disconcerting. I'm not gonna lie. There's some groundwork being laid down. It seems like to really tear this country down from the inside out. Happy New Year. That's how they use the left-right political pendulum. Right. Latest polls are showing 95% of people are against what Zionists are doing, right? Zionism is definitely the problem. Where was a bunch of humus found floating to the top of the water in Japan? I guess there may have been underwater volcanic activity. Maybe. The child trafficking in Texas is out of control. Dude, I even see billboards in my little country area for, beware of child trafficking, call this number, blah blah blah, and I'm like, damn, it's rampant in this country. The US is the biggest monetary spender of child trafficking. It's disgusting. Why the switch from illegal aliens to migrants, right? Like 10 years ago, I saw a license plate that read, deport him, and I thought it was ignorant. Yeah. It's crazy. Flat squatch. I actually think geologists are dead wrong about the millions and billions of years BS. Evidently, we got bumped by a Mars-sized rock. Well, yeah. I think the geology timeline is way off. There's no way for them to age. They don't know how to age minerals and rocks. You can't. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B. Millions and billions of years BS. Evidently, we got bumped by a
Hello? Hi.
Hi.
First time calling. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good.
What's up?
Not much. I guess I was a little behind in listening, so I don't know what you were talking about. Do I have to listen to the, I guess...
well, yeah.
Oh, never mind. I'm Rocky Shepherd in chat.
Oh, okay.
That's a translation from German to English, my name.
Okay.
Yeah, we're talking about the invasion and the border and all this. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's really crazy.
It is crazy.
Can't keep up with all of it. It's nuts.
It is hard to keep up with all of it. That's the only reason why I still go and I look at Twitter, X, or whatever you want to call it, because it actually is very searchable and it has real-time, citizen reporters on it. You can find good accounts. Just look at their, go through and look at their tweets and what they're talking about, and it's easy to find, the good accounts, and then you just start following them. And then you can see what's really going on. You get way more information than from lamestream news. Not that all of it's accurate. You still got to use your discernment. But it's way more real-time, real data than the fake news.
Yeah, we got to use their tech, the internet, all the tech.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying it against us, but we got to use it against my alternative news and stuff.
Yeah.
I got a few channels I like, and one of my channels explained the Jew thing, how they changed a couple words to make Jews seem to be a race when it never was a race.
Right.
The word Jew is not even in the Bible originally.
Right, it's Judah.
Judea.
Or Judea.
Judah, or a Judaite or a Judean, someone who lived in Judea or who believed in the God of Judah.
Or wasn't it the tribe? It's the tribe of Judah, right? Because there's the 12 tribes, and Judah was one of the tribes.
Yeah, but they were never a race. Anybody like Abraham was a Babylonian from Babylon. He wasn't a...
Yeah. Yeah, right. It says many times in the scripture, there's one law for you and for strangers who sojourn among you. So it's one law for everybody. One rule for everybody.
Yeah.
There's no special people.
Yeah, anybody could become an Israelite if they believed in the God of Israel. That made you Israelite or a Judaite or a Udeite, someone who believed in the same God as Israel. It wasn't a race.
Right.
So now they got this state of Israel that's claiming to be the race of the Jews.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they start these horizontal wars, like what I was saying, when the 99% were warring against the 1%, because everybody was, the blacks, whites, everybody was figured out it's the 1% at the top that's ruling everybody, and we need to figure out how to take care of these people. And so they started these horizontal wars, which are like the people fighting against the people instead of fighting up towards the leaders. Vertical wars, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they get us dividing us, and whenever we start getting close to the truth, they like to divide us. There's all kinds of divisions now. They got the flat earth against the globies, you got the whites against the blacks, you got the Jews against the Hamas, you got you know, transsexuals against the straight people. It's kind of fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Mandela effect against Mandela effect.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to jump in.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like. Thanks for whatever you do. Well, there was a couple good videos I watched the last few days from Sheen Ross talking about the horizontal and the vertical wars, and then there was Truth Stream Media. She put out about the predictive programming, how they're like the movie is predicting. What was that movie that came out? The End of the World or something. That Netflix movie. How they're predicting civil war, and you know they're just getting us to, you know, get ready for a civil war.
Yeah.
They
do seem like they're trying to drum it up.
Yeah, they're trying to get us to war against each other so that we can kill each other. They don't need to do it themselves. But anyway, okay, I'll let you go then.
All right. Well, thank you for calling.
Thank you. Bye, Karen.
Bye. Yeah, man. They're trying to cause division at every level. Of course. And it works. It really works. It's hard to avoid it. It's hard to avoid the arguing. We are in a civil war. One side isn't fighting back. It's the U's versus the rest of the world. Somerville. Music's fine? Okay, cool. The chosen ones, yeah. Somerville is a lovely place near Charleston, Brandon C. It's called the Low County. Have you visited Somerville? Let me see where Somerville is. I don't know that I've been to Somerville. I've been to Charleston. I mean, the other thing too is like I live in the Carolinas, but I've not been. I've only been here for. Well, I've been here for 12 years, but like I also don't really go very many places. So I'm trying to change that. I'm trying to go more places. Oh yeah, this is right outside of Charleston, right before you. It's a little bit more inland than Charleston, from the coast. So you're right there by Charleston. I'll tell you what, it's very humid. That's like, it's a little bit more humid than the area where I live in. So there's that. I personally don't mind the humidity. I don't know if I would like it to be super, super humid, like more humid than it is already here, but I actually don't mind it. I've kind of gotten used to it. I didn't think that I would, but then people would, oh, you get used to it. Well, I did. I got used to it and I actually like it, but I also really like the hot, heat, warm. I prefer that over cold. So I like that it gets really warm, really hot and humid here. Like, I love that. You were looking at Spartanburg, but the crime rate kind of deterred me. What's the Spartanburg crime rate? Hi, Nora. Well, okay, like in parts of Spartanburg, it's not going to be that great. But don't live in Spartanburg. Live outside of it. Like, I mean, really, I wouldn't want to live in city anyway. I would try to stay out in county or in more rural areas. And out here, you know, you can still find areas that are relatively rural, but still within driving distance of going to grocery stores and like city, like food. I mean, you might have to drive a little bit farther, but it's a nice drive in the countryside. You know, it's pleasant. It's fine. Spartan Methburg. Don't act like meth ain't around in Florida either. Tommy lives in Florida, drives a truck with no AC, which windows don't go down. Oh my god. Sounds horrible. Sarah says, I live outside Spartanburg. It's amazing and so quiet. Yeah. I mean, Spartanburg's, you know, it's like a city, so it'll probably have, there are some bad areas. Just like, you know what? It was crazy. People getting shot going out and doing New Year's Eve celebrations in the cities. Like, just, why would anybody want to live in a shitty city anyway? I mean, seriously. I was like, I woke up, it's all 4 people shot in Charlotte, 6, you know, people shot and killed in Indianapolis. Like, every city, it's like people are just getting shot. It's like, why would you even want to go and live in one of those places? I just don't. I'd rather be in suburbia at the very least, or the country, or somewhere not in a city. Gaffney, South Carolina with the peach supposedly has the highest crime rate family on family crimes. You know what? Most of it is like domestic violence type stuff. Shitty city. Yeah, exactly. I left the city. That's what I'm saying. Why would you? I just know that I really like the Carolinas. I like the people here. It's cool. People are nicer. Out in the country. I don't know. It's just does not feel high crime at all, right? I mean, but what's the crime compared to like world, you know? Let's see. Highest crime rates by city, North Carolina. Wendell? I don't know where that is. Wendell is an area in Wake, North Carolina with a population of 9,847. Stokesdale. I don't even know where these places are. Mebane. St. Stephen's. Catawba. Well, Catawba County is near me, but that's not where I live. Hickory. Oh, it's gone down. Hope Mills. Southern Pine. Pinehurst. Pinehurst? Crime in Pinehurst? Aberdeen. Where are these places? These are all in east. Gastonia. Okay, Gastonia is just a couple towns over from me, and yeah, they suck. I wouldn't live in Gastonia. Dallas is right next to Gastonia. Dallas and Gastonia are like, it might as well be the same place. Forest City? Wow. I would have never thought that Forest City would have a crime rate like that. Lenoir, that's outside of Charlotte. Fayetteville, that's towards the coast. Hendersonville, come on! I just don't believe it. Hendersonville is like this little mountain town. Has to be like domestic violence or something. Arson crime, burglary crime. Wow. I'm surprised because, like, it's funny because my mom will come visit and we'll go hang out in Hendersonville. We'll go get lunch. That's where the Bigfoot, there was a Bigfoot, whatchamacallit, thing over there. Like the Western North Carolina Bigfoot Festival or whatever is near there. I'm just shocked to hear that Hendersonville has high crime. Like, I would never think about it when going there. It's so funny. I mean, it's not funny, but it's just weird. I don't know. That's strange. Timber crime. Denver has unfortunately become like Cali. America is completely fucked from what I can see. Canada in the same shoes. Well, bro. Remember that Tyler guy that came to your event, Karen? He's done many videos on the state of cities in America worth a look. Yeah, actually, MFT, that's Those are the video. When I went to go check out his channel, that's what I saw. And so that's why I agreed to give him passes to the event. Because I was like, oh, he's actually looking at some stuff, you know? Like, I thought, it made me feel like he was not just another mindless YouTuber. And look at that too, that video. He didn't trash us hard enough, and his video got shadow banned on YouTube. I don't... My oldest son lives in Denver. Mineral and Lapidary Museum in Hendersonville too. Yes! There's all kinds of cool crystal stuff in Hendersonville. Like, I can't even believe that it's sitting here telling me that they have this high crime rate. Huntersville, Cornelius, Mecklenburg. Mecklenburg County is the county that Charlotte's in. Jackson County. Richmond. I'm not sure where these are. Anyway, most of these places I don't even know where they are, so they're not near me. Although there's a couple places near me that are on that list, like Gastonia and Dallas. Yeah, I agree with that. There's a lot that would be a lot of your meth is going on over there. "40 miles from Area 52. Do you know it'll get paid as 30K? No. Yeah. Brandon, you should email us. You can go to my webpage. Here. My website, Contact Karen B, is one of the menu items. And then my email is here. If you're coming, let us know, and, you know, we'll do a meetup. We can have a meetup, and you can, you know, hang out and see who's here and whatever. So that's another thing. If you're doing meetups, you can email me at flatearthfestivals@protonmail.com and let me know the information about your meetup, and I will post it on the webpage, because we need to get people need to connect, right? We need to get more people in their local areas connected with each other so that they don't feel so isolated all the time. There are still people out there who still feel isolated. Can you believe it? As flat earthers? Well, it's been greatly reduced, but it still happens. So if you want to start doing a meetup, you know, you can email me, email Mark Sargent, and we will help you promote your meetup. I will put it on the webpage. We'll give it a shout out during Strange World, the first segment of Strange World, every Tuesday night, and we'll help you get people at your meetup. Probably having a meetup here on 420. Did you hear that? Story time comes when people find a gold mountain and the whole world is going to go to that gold mountain. I don't know about the gold mountain. Tony Coriolis says you're going to meet Valley Park soon. Right on, Tony Coriolis. Yeah, go to a meetup. Also, remember, there's going to be an eclipse on April 8th. April 8th. Let's take a look at the info on the April 8th eclipse. So this is the path of the eclipse. It's going to start in southern Texas and work its way towards the northeast. Goes up over New York, Vermont, Maine, near Montreal. Pretty cool. I am way over here by Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm looking at going towards Indianapolis, Indiana area to hang out with Rick Hummer for the eclipse and record it. What are you guys? Eclipse accompanied by a comet? I don't know, is it? Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Good morning, Karen. Happy New Year in the year of our Lord 2024. It's JM.
Well, good morning, JM. How are you doing?
Oh, just enjoying this crazy place they call Earth.
Uh-huh.
Still watching some of the masked tards walking around and noticing that people in 2023 as well as going into 2024 are more in fear of everything than they've ever been before.
Yeah.
Kind of noticing when you're out in public, people do not seem very friendly as they used to be not too long ago.
Really?
Yeah, just people are more, they kind of just don't even say, you're walking out in public and, if you're in an area where there's not a ton of people walking around, usually it's a common courtesy to just say hi as somebody's passing you. Most people don't even acknowledge people anymore.
I can't say I've noticed the same. But also, like I said, I don't go out very much.
Well, I'm sure Ted would acknowledge you when you say hi as you pass him.
Oh, yes. Ted's great like that.
Yeah. You just got to get him in some better shape, get him on some more processed food. He's looking like he's, healthy and doing that exercise stuff. My God, Karen, what is he trying to do? Putting healthy food in him? That's crazy. Trying to heal himself. That's nonsense talk. That's conspiracy theory talk. You know that, right, Karen?
Oh, yeah. Yes, of course. Sunshine and gardening can give you the COVIDs. I know better.
That's what I've heard. I went into some chat last night on some of those major news stations that, they have the live New Year stuff and all that stuff and for New York. And I kept putting in the chat, so how many of you New Yorkers remember not too long ago when they locked you in your homes and went out in your town and celebrated in the streets while you were locked in your homes over the scary air?
Exactly.
A few people said, I remember that shit. But it's like these people have forgotten already.
Yeah. I didn't forget.
And that fly virus, if you look into it, what's going on, it's not a virus, it's a parasite. And it's actually in a sand fly that's coming over, and the parasite is in some of the people that were letting come over here, these poor future doctor, undocumented workers, attorneys and future doctors and world leaders, coming over here. And what happens is that parasite gets into the sandfly, and spreads it around. However, there's a couple ways to take care of that. One of them is, of course, the recommended doctor's procedures. I think it's recommended by the great, wonderful, I'll call him the Keebler elf, just so I don't get you in any trouble on your show when we talk shit about Mr. Keebler elf. I think you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Stated that the procedure, and it's using the drugs they tell you to take, and it takes about 28 days, along with you'll need continual treatment basically for the rest of your life after you take their wonderful, trusted, effective treatment.
Jeez.
However, there's lots of other reports by other medical doctors, which I'm sure they're probably conspiracy theorist doctors, that have found things they've used, and I'll try to talk in code here so we don't get in any trouble. People may have heard of it as horse medicine, horse paste.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff that's in that seems to have a very effective cure rate of that and doesn't take near 28 days and doesn't seem to have any side effects.
Yeah, that's right.
almost like they've set the stage on stuff that makes us healthy and cures us of ailments to make sure when what they spread around is what causes the problems, and we don't want to do the correct way to treat it because the television doctors have said that's bad for us.
Oh, God. Right.
We got to trust those people in the lab coats. They're trustworthy.
Right. They know science. Oh, it's 11:11.
Oh. Well, it's 10:11 where I'm at, Karen.
Oh. Well, I'm just preparing you for in an hour. It's going to be 11:11.
Okay. Well, I'm still here in the past, so I apologize, Karen. I'm just hanging out in the past. I kind of preferred the past. It was better. Things seemed to seem a lot nicer. You know, used to be able to go out in public, and people were a little more cordial.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not like the 80s and 90s. Remember those days, Karen? When you could walk around your city and not have to worry about getting jumped and mugged and all that other crap.
Yeah.
Unless you went into the, rough parts of town.
Yeah. Yeah. It's harder to know what the rough parts of town are anymore. It's everywhere now.
Well, I've noticed where I live, and it was once a very nice place, but it's been inundated over the past 5-6 years, and it's still nice, but it's not as nice as it once was.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like they're positioning and shuffling these people in, and just like with the border people coming across the border, you know, we're literally shipping these people, which are mostly young men of fighting age, into every major city in America. That's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Because you're infecting the entire country with people that ain't here to become Americans. That's not why they're here.
Right.
And of course, you got Team Red because, well, let's be honest, the majority of Americans are more central. You know, some are a little more left-leaning, some are a little more right-leaning, depending on which side of the topic you're talking about. But the majority of Americans are mainly central. Little left, little right, just depends. But they all along the same views on things. And they cheer when these people are shipped into their, see what we're doing to the Team Blue cities? We're showing those sons of bitches in their sanctuary cities. I'm like, no, you're not. It's doing exactly what they want to have done. These people are getting shipped there, and then they're picking up money and getting put up in hotels.
Yeah. And they're getting cell phones and all kinds of stuff. One thing I saw was like they were getting like $5,000 gift cards.
Yes. And if you say anything about it, you know, you're a huge white racist because, you know, it's racist to question these poor diversity people coming in here, mainly men, young men at that. And you can go see the people coming across the border. There ain't many women in there, not many children. Because the children are usually off on the other side of the shipment being sold off in the secondary market. But that's another story entirely, what's going on with the trafficking of those young people.
Right. Yes, caller. Nathan says, yes, caller. The commies are going to unleash the fake migrants onto the American people pretty soon, in my opinion. Well, I mean, why would they all need phones and stuff? They all need... It's like, be ready, be on call. We need you on call.
People need to have their head on a swivel, and you know, I always recommend, and I'll keep this YouTube friendly and speak in code, but I recommend everybody have long distance hole punchers. The more, the merrier.
Mm-hmm. Right on.
Yeah. Preferably the ones that are, you know, because they have these wonderful ones, semi-automatic ones. They're very nice.
Yeah.
But I'd like to give you my prediction for 2024.
Okay, what is it?
All righty, you got to follow me with this one. They're going to put old Trump back in office.
Possibly, but why?
Why? This goes back to the majority of the people are more central. And we've got to remember, Trump got the American people to sit down when he was president and close all of their businesses over the scary air and didn't say a word. He also got people to accept the mostly safe and effective, wonderful on his Operation Warp Speed that he got also introduced to the American people.
Right.
They didn't say a word. Now, when they put him back in, there will be turmoil in the cities, which is what they want because he will immediately take a strong hand action, which the people will cheer because nobody wants, destruction in the streets. Which that's not anarchy. That's just mob and
that's
mob
chaos.
Rules, just destroying the city.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's chaos. Nobody wants that. He'll move in with a stronger hand, may even bring in military. Now we have military deployed at the applaud of the people. Look at what Trump did. He stopped these sons of bitches from burning down the cities. He stopped these people from doing this stuff. He's a great leader.
Mm-hmm.
We also have to remember the currencies of the world are being destroyed on purpose right now. The American dollar's toast. It ain't going to last much longer. It will be replaced with the CBDC. You're not going to get red-leaning people, which is the more majority of America, to go with Team Blue introducing CBDC to America. They ain't going to take it. However, if you have a businessman, because Trump is a businessman, you have him introduce it to save the American way of life and the currency because the American dollar is collapsing and won't buy anything. And there'll be some turmoil in the streets, which they'll have military people ready to rock and roll to stave off any craziness, except for little pockets that pop up. He'll introduce the CBDC at the applause of the people.
Yeah, it's possible. So just bring in Trump to be for more Pied Piper bullshit.
Yes. The more I look at and studying scripture and seeing what's going on, mankind always puts the handcuffs on themselves. They always enslave themselves. That's what's happening here. They're doing this on a level, in my opinion, I don't know if they've ever done in history before. I would suspect maybe the Egyptians had the total world enslaved, but that's what they're working for again. Take a look around. They're literally, in my opinion, copying what the Egyptians did.
Well, that would explain a lot of their Egyptian symbolism and everything, and the Masons and all that garbage. They sure do love Egypt.
Take a look at your phone.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
Take a look at your computer monitor. All those icons, that's hieroglyphics. Go back 100 years ago, 50 years ago, show somebody your cell phone and tell them to tell you what any one of those things on your screen is, any one of those icons, which is hieroglyphics, means. I'm not saying you got to show them the phone because that'd freak them out, but print it out on a piece of paper and go, hey, what do you think these things represent? I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
And they're doing the exact same thing, in my opinion, all over again.
Yeah. I mean, possibly.
Ain't nothing new underneath the sun.
No, no, that's for sure. That's for sure.
Oh, if Stabley's still listening, check out that email I sent you on Looney Tunes in the Flash movie. They have Looney Tunes in the Flash movie spelled Toons. I figured Stabley'd get a trip out of that.
Interesting.
Well, as always, Karen, thank you very much. Thank you for all the great work you do, and we're hoping you will be having another Flattoberfest in the year of 2024.
Possibly. Possibly. I haven't really settled on a location 100% yet, so I'm thinking about it.
Oh, I'm looking at your screen where you have that X.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't that go over Austin, Texas?
Part of it looks like it does, yeah.
Or right over.
I don't know where the...
And who moved their corporate headquarters to Austin?
I don't know who did that.
Everybody's beloved savior of Twitter.
Oh,
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, oh yeah.
They love their symbolism.
Does this go
X
over
marks the
Austin?
spot.
That's not where Austin is it? Let me see. Because honestly, I don't remember, and it's not labeled.
It's pretty close.
Well, yeah, it's pretty close. Lyndon B. Johnson National Historic Park. Let's see where that's at. That is... well, it's north of San Antonio. Where did Austin go? Oh, Austin there is right. Okay. Yeah. The X, I'm not sure if the X... Okay, because this Lyndon B. Johnson part is just on the edge of where the X is, and then Austin is a little bit northeast of that. So it's almost in the X part, but not quite.
I'm wondering if his corporate headquarters wouldn't be close enough into the X spot.
I have no idea.
They do love their signs and symbols.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Anything else, JM?
Well, that's it. And once again, Happy New Year, and keep up the great work that you and that Mark Sargent feller do on Tuesdays. It's always enjoyable.
Why, thank you.
Mark has some great wit and sense of humor. You two do a great show together.
Thanks. I appreciate that. I like Mark. I like hanging out with Mark every Tuesday. He's a cool dude.
Oh yeah, no, Mark is a great dude. Hopefully one day I'll be able to meet him in person, and I will challenge him to a game of pinball.
Awesome. He'll love that.
Thank you, Karen. Appreciate
right.
you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye. Where does the X cross the 2017 and 2024? I think it makes like an A. The other one, the first one that happened already came down this way, and it started in Oregon and it exited in South Carolina. So let me see if I can find a map that has all three. Or did they just leave that one out because it wasn't so recent? Because there was one in 2017, the first one. 2017 total. So here's the 2017 one. See? Right? Starts in Oregon, went down. This is the one that crossed over the Carolinas, crossed right over South Carolina. So I drove down into South Carolina and I was able to get right in the path of totality and record 2 minutes and 37 seconds of totality, which is pretty good. This next eclipse is supposed to... Let me open this other one. It's 2017. So this is the one that's happening, that's going to be happening in April. So, but look, here's what's a trip about this one. 4 minutes and 17 seconds of totality. That's a long time. The other one was only 2 minutes and 40 seconds max of totality. This one's almost twice. It's almost twice. So, I think that's pretty weird. Why would an eclipse over the same general area have a totality that is almost twice as long than the one before? You know, these are all things that I think, like, that's how you know these luminaries are small and local, because I feel like it'd be much more generalized. The times would be much more generic. It'd be, you know, if all the things were as far away as they say, like 4 minutes 27 seconds, 4 minutes 27, that's the max. And then up here you'll get around 4 minutes still of totality. Can you believe that? Totally makes sense. Angles. All right, listen, I'm gonna be right back because I think my children may be trying to harm each other. All right, I'm back. Everything's okay. Crisis averted. They were just being annoying. Get the belt. Makes perfect sense to me on Flat Earth. Make your bets. I just want to say, over here in the Rumble chat, somebody said something about a meetup. Was that you? I thought I saw something about a meetup. We are going to have a meetup in April 8th in Sulphur Springs, Texas. Did y'all ever discuss the art and work I offered you to use? I don't know what you mean. Can you remind me what you're talking about? D Hoopai 77? And then what about the comet? Devil comet hurtling towards space? Wait, what? Hurtling towards Earth? Devil comet the size of a city erupts again as it heads in Earth's direction? Oh, really? Fiery ball from space! A comet roughly the size of a city, informally dubbed the Devil Comet. Happy New Year, William. Informally dubbed the Devil Comet due to its horn-like eruptions, right, is heading toward Earth and has exhibited a fascinating pattern of activity, violent eruptions. Scientists have observed that this comet, officially known as Comet Blah-Biddy-Blah, undergoes violent ejections of ice and gas approximately every 15 days. The most recent eruption occurred December 14th, with the next anticipated around December 29th or 30th, so it should have just happened. Cosmic version of Old Faithful. Cryovolcanic vent with the sun triggering eruptions due to intense solar heat. Cryovolcanic comets. Dude, that's a mouthful. Cryo is supposed to be cold, volcano is not cold. Cryovolcanic comet, known for displaying volcanic activity, unlike terrestrial volcanoes that eject molten rock, volcanic comets release a mix of gases and ice. Right. The comet is named after two astronomers, blah blah blah, who identified it in 1812 and 1883 respectively. They established that this devil comet revisits our solar system every 71 years. Significant outbursts have been recorded since the 19th century. Blah, blah, blah. Remnants of our early solar system. Right. These comets serve as natural laboratories for studying extreme conditions that interplay between their icy composition and the vacuum of space. Huh. Just more space programmy BS. Where's the devil horns? Let me see the picture of it with the devil horns. Devil comet. Let me search devil comet. Oops, not. If I could just spell. Comet. E-T. I suck at spelling, dude. Images. Where's the devil horn comet? Is this it? That's it? Oh, here we go. That's stupid. Oh, the Flat Earth Hubcap artist. Did you email me? I'm sorry. You know, it's been the holidays and I'm sorry. And there's been a lot going on. I got a friend who got put in hospice and it really bummed me out. You're gonna have to remind me. I'm so sorry. I am meeting some FEDSD people at Travel Time RV Park for Eclipse, then cookout, stargazing stuff. All are welcome with open minds, no negativity is the only rule. There you go. I sent links to Mark email. Okay. I'll have Mark forward it to me. I'll ask him about it. Good morning, Rose. No way Trump gets back in. I mean, I think JM's scenario is likely. That's kind of probably what happened the last time. They put him in to be the Pied Piper, to like get everybody stoked, like there was somebody who was actually going to be for the people in office. And then what happened? He didn't do anything he said he was going to do. He did Operation Warp Speed. He like helped usher in their big, thing that is causing lots of turmoil, health turmoil to lots of people. So, they might use him again for that purpose. They might use somebody else. Who knows? I don't know, man. For me, it's like I'm like watching a bad movie play in like really slow motion is what it feels like. Do you know of any flat earth signet rings for sale? No, I don't. Hail, Benjamin. Chicago artist, good to see you. We have a comet coming for us every year. Every month there's a asteroid hurling through space, ready to get us. Yes, I know. Look how close it's gonna come, you guys. Oh my god. So dumb. I'll tell you what, man, that's one good thing about Flat Earth. I don't have to worry about space trying to kill me anymore. Space is not trying to kill us. That's all I know. They want you to think space is trying to kill you. It's not. It's totally not. Oh my god, wait, this one's picked. This is funny. There you go. AI knows what a devil comet is supposed to look like. The War of Gog. Nostradamus and the New Prophecy Almanacs? What is this I just stumbled onto? 2041 predictions. Hey, oi. Or was it 2038? Do you think they have the Great Reset here? 2038. I don't know what this is. Tila Tequila? Never mind. This is stupid. That was stupid. Clickbait. I think Trump did warp speed to derail. Oh, I have callers. Oh. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Line unmuted. Hey, Karen. It's Jessica from Hingham. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. We just got into Massachusetts last night. Happy New Year, everyone. You guys do anything fun?
We watched a movie and we went to bed at 10 p.m.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, we barely made it till midnight. I was out like a light. So speaking of the eclipse, I was down in Clarksville, Tennessee in 2017, and it was perfectly clear. We saw totality. And I was talking to Zulu One about this, and he was saying, and I noticed the same thing, I never actually saw the moon until, obviously, they claim it's the moon that's covering up the sun, but I never actually saw the moon, approach.
Mm-hmm.
So I was wondering, what is your specific opinion, if indeed, if it's not the moon? Some people say it's a shadow object, we're just not being, told what it is, What do you actually think it is that's covering up the sun?
Well, I am not convinced it's not the moon. I'm one of those people that, just because you don't see the moon doesn't mean it's not the moon, because we don't even know what the moon
That's true.
is or what the sun is or really how they work. So I'm not 100% convinced that it isn't the moon and the sun, interacting some way, and their fields canceling each other out, or them interacting with a third body that could be like that could be not visible, that is also up there. I mean, we don't know. It could be, I like that sort of idea where Cami talks about the polarization, right? Because it is polarized light. Like when I went and watched that one eclipse in 2017, and the light, and the sun is covered, it's not the same as like when the sun is going over the horizon or away, right? It's totally different type of light. It's like a grayish light. It's not like the absence of light. It's like the light is changed to a different color almost, or a different polarization. So to me, that's what I think, and I think it could be the moon. We don't know what the moon is. So to say, oh, it's not the moon, well, you can't really say that, especially because solar eclipses only happen during the new moon phase, right? You don't see it anyway. Right. So we don't know what's happening during the new moon phase, right? So what's happening during the new moon phase? We can't see it, but I don't know. Like when the moon is that a gibbous phase? Is half the moon physically gone, or do we just not see that part? You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I don't know.
Right. No, you made a very good point there. Yeah, for sure. Well, I guess we are in 2024 now, and I guess more predictions were were wrong. I think we all know who predicted. One person claimed, or I guess our friend Greg will just say, he said he was certain that 2023 was going to be the end, and a large portion of California was going to fall off in the Pacific. And
who said that?
I guess not. And so many other people have made. Our friend Greg down in South Carolina.
Oh God. Well, yeah. he's not the brightest bulb in the shed.
I feel it in my soul.
Oh, he doesn't have a soul.
I feel it in my soul any day now.
He doesn't have a soul, so there's that.
Right. But and there were people that claimed, the lights are going to go out in March of 2020. There's so many dire predictions, and I think there were a lot of just, I said it before, just so-called truthers that just want to make some money, and scare the living crap out of everyone, and then these things just nothing comes to fruition. It just doesn't happen.
Right.
I got, I was just like, back in 2011 there were billboards all over the place. May 22nd, I think it was 2011. Oh, the Bible proves it. And even the Bible says, no one can predict the day or the hour.
Exactly. So, yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what kind of predictions they make this time around, Anyway, we got a meetup. Anyone in this area is tuning in, and that's going to be this. I sent you the email, and we'll announce it, I guess, on Mark's show as well. But if anyone's tuning in to this show, it'll be this coming Saturday at 6 p.m. at Sorrel Bar and Grill. That's in Abington, Massachusetts, 1400 Bedford Street. That is also known as State Highway 18. So 6 to 9 p.m. this coming Saturday. Just RSVP. You can use a simple device called the telephone, 781-783-3502, or email me at 300K mile. That's 300K mile singular. 300K mile Prius at gmail.com. And as usual, I'll have the Nikon P1000 if anyone has not seen one yet.
Right on.
Anything else interesting going on in North Carolina, right on the border?
Nothing unusual right now.
Nothing crazy.
No,
no
news
it's hard
is
to
good
believe
news.
we're almost 4 years in, and there's still plenty of people, at least one in every crowd, no matter where you go, just still wearing the submission muzzles. I just don't get it. I guess it's part of their wardrobe now. I don't know.
Yeah.
All I can say about that part of their wardrobe.
Yeah.
I think there's just some people that are just so programmed or in such fear that they're going to just wear it forever.
Yeah. Some people, for them, they just became a habit and they're just okay with it.
There could be that too, and then I think the other theory, I may have said it before, is it's a way to hide emotions. I think people figured that out, you know.
Yeah. Possibly.
You can walk into an office and no one can figure out if you're happy, sad, you know, pissed off, whatever.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, and if Brian Staveley's still listening, I was at a gift shop in Missouri, in Phillipsburg, and they had some Chevrolet memorabilia and whatnot, and there's some stuff there that showed, you know, the current reality was the square in the center, and then there's also several things which had the rhombus, you know, the slanted square in the center, the way I understand it used to be. I did send Brian that email, so if he's listening, please check that out.
All right.
All right, shout outs, Mark, you, Karen, Brian Staveley, Jake and Dan from the band, Sue Finelli, Ray from Boston, Kristen Knapp, and so many others.
Right on.
Thank you for all the great work, and happy 2024.
Yeah, happy 2024.
Thank you. Line muted.
Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hey, Karen B. Tony Coriolis.
What's up, Tony Coriolis? How are you?
Not much. I'm chilling. So I wanted to talk out one little thing. So the Chinese New Year, okay, that has not started yet for the year. Do you know when that starts for the Chinese New Year?
I think it's in February, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's February 10th.
Okay.
And apparently it goes off of like the second moon. And I thought originally when I heard that it meant like the second full moon means when it starts, but it actually means right when the new moon starts, like the second moon right when it starts for the year. So that's, February 10th.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, and I just found it interesting that it went off the new moon, not the full. So yeah, we're coming up on a dragon year. So that's good for me. I'm a monkey. I'm friends with a dragon. So I'm looking forward to this dragon year. But then I am here flipping through my Farmer's Almanac. I got a new one for this 2024. And I noticed something weird. I just want to ask you if you've noticed this. Okay, the first moon goes like 29 days, and then a 28-day moon, and then a 29. Like, why is it flip-flopping 28 and 29-day moons? I thought they were all 28.
Yeah, no, it's not all 28. Sometimes it's 29 and a half. This is why when everybody says, like, that we should go by a lunar calendar and it be 28 days in a month, well, that technically doesn't line up with, that doesn't work either.
Yeah, it totally doesn't. The fact of the 29 being sprinkled in there. Yeah, no way.
Yeah, exactly. See, that's the thing. The calendar is a complicated topic, and a lot of people try to talk about that, but it's like, okay, well, go ahead and set that calendar up and then try to live by it, and then you'll realize that it doesn't work the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I totally agree. And I just found it interesting. So if no one else knew that, I mean, people talk up the whole calendar thing a lot, but it's very complicated. I didn't have much to say. I'm kind of hungover. But I wanted to talk about that Chinese New Year. And then I did want to ask you one little thing. So I've re-listened to like past times when I call in about this Chinese New Year or whatever. And number 93, Coffee Talk, was where we had a really good talk. And you said like you weren't sure if Chinese people pay attention to our zodiac at all. Mm-hmm. Did you ever figure that out or hear anything?
No. No, I haven't. Okay. I haven't actually. Yeah. Sorry. I never did. But
yeah, no, all good. I should do some research instead of just asking questions as they pop into my head.
Yeah, well, my guess is that they probably don't too often, but Yeah,
I don't think they do. And then, so even them starting their new year, February 10th, I mean, everyone in, I don't know, our circles is saying, oh, like the new year starts in April, but it's just surprising that even the Chinese, they'd start at a different time. I don't know. I'm fascinated by it all.
Yeah. Well, it's weird too, because their zodiac, it's like a whole year is represented in that under their zodiac, not just a month.
Yeah, and then like there are Chinese school kids going around like, oh, you're a dragon. I'm a monkey. We get it. Like, I don't know. Do they like? Because people in elementary school here kind of bullshit around with that. Like, the Chinese kids bullshit with that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it might be more important in their culture.
There is a whole year. I mean,
mm-hmm.
I wonder if they have anything for within the year, but I don't know. Any Chinese people out there?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. If a Chinese person's out there, call in. I'm questioning.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Mm-hmm. Well, hey, yeah, I just wanted to talk about that little stuff. And I know Cammy's a dragon. You talked that out in that episode 93.
Mm-hmm.
So, Cammy, get ready for your dragon year.
My
that
daughter,
should be cool.
My daughter is a dragon as well.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. She's a dragon, and actually,
yeah,
12
I'm
years.
pro-dragon. I like the dragon and the rat.
Yeah, so if you're a dragon, and this is the year of the dragon, it's also your Jupiter return.
What do you mean?
Like, instead of a solar return, it's your Jupiter return. So, like, the sun comes around to the same place every year, right? So Jupiter return is Jupiter going back to the position it was when you were born. And it takes 12 years. And
very interesting.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be every Jupiter return is supposed to like signify like a significant time. Let's see. Oh, no, I don't want to get it from Cosmopolitan. Screw Cosmopolitan. Let's see if it says if there's any quick summaries about Jupiter return. If you are about to experience a Jupiter return...
I do like that, though. That is some very good intel.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I've been wondering what was so significant about the 12 years. That's cool. I did not know that.
Yeah, it is. It is. It says, if you're about to experience a Jupiter return, you are in for lots of revelations and serendipity. This is a time when projects you've been working on come to fruition and new desires emerge in your heart about what to do next. It's a great time to find out in which direction you want to grow in the future. During this time, life feels more expansive. You are likely to step out of your comfort zone. For many people, this is a joyful year. Others, there's a lot of work to do, but it is for sure a formative period in your life. It is a perfect time to plant the seeds you want to grow into something substantial over the next decade. It also encourages you to believe in yourself and grow as a person. Jupiter returns happen every 12 years. This means that it finishes a full cycle around the sun in 12 years, and it takes that amount of time for Jupiter to return to the place in the zodiac where it was at the time of your birth. Because of the retrograde motion of Jupiter, you probably experience multiple exact hits. However, the whole time of transiting Jupiter in your natal Jupiter sign tends to be a favorable time. So there you go.
I dig it.
Yeah, man. It's supposed to be a cool thing.
I was talking out. Yeah, I've called into a couple of the shows about this whole Chinese New Year and the fact of our astrological signs going off of the stars, and the 30 degrees each way is like a different zodiac. And I really don't think it's 13. I think it is at 12. But then, like, how do they get the Chinese New Year? Why is that 12 also? Maybe it goes off that Jupiter. But I don't know. As I said earlier, I should research this stuff. So maybe time. I said I was going to start at my science lab. I got to really do it. This is the year. Okay.
I hear you. I've got stuff going on too that I'm starting to do. So I think it seems like a lot of us are making big changes this year. Maybe that had something to do with the dragon year.
True, could be. Well, hey, Karen B, peace out. I love calling in here, and yeah, very good intel coming from you. I appreciate it. And everyone else shouted out Stavely. So Stavely, if you're still listening, hey, dude. But yeah, thank you, Karen. Happy New Year.
All right, Happy New Year to you too.
All right, peace out.
All right. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
So far, so good. I'm trying to get the mute correct. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, great. This is DH, and it never fails. You know, you talk about a subject, and I was like, I need to talk to you about that one. Call in, and a few people talk, and I come up with some other subjects to go with it. So I apologize about that.
That's okay.
But
it is Coffee Talk, so...
As far as the artwork... I'm sorry?
I said it is Coffee Talk, so it's okay.
Okay. Yeah, I had sent all that information. We were on Strange World when I had talked to you guys.
Right, the
about
hubcap. The hubcap stuff.
Yeah, and the thing was, I was talking about if you guys were looking to do a raffle for something, blah, 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 for
Right.
upcoming Flat Earth, even,
I remember.
I'd be interested. Okay, anyway, so here's the other thing I was going to look at. I was actually calling in about the gentleman, or if it was a gentleman, sorry, was talking about possibilities of Trump being back in office for what reasons and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I had an interesting thought. I heard it was another person, and I don't really want to dox anybody else's work or anything like that, but Jack
Mm-hmm.
Break out. Okay. He had an interesting theory, and when you go back and research, it's highly plausible. And trying not to get in any trouble here, it was the fact that possibly they were going to release small, You know what I'm talking about?
Really small.
P-O-X.
Oh, okay.
Don't say it. Okay, there we go. Anyway, and when I went in, when I went in and did all the research on the side effects for, the C and let's say the C and the S,
Mm-hmm.
They're exactly the same side effects. And his point was, he went into the part was when George Washington, back in the Continental Army and stuff, he had a problem. All the blankets were being doused with it and given out, and he was losing more soldiers to that than anything else. So he decided to, his soldiers, right? And he only lost, a few, blah, 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 but compared to what he would have lost. What if part of this was covered up as, hidden as C, but it was actually S, and he did give people the choice. He didn't, other than, I guess, the mandatories were out there, but what, because there's two sides, two worlds to this story that I've noticed. The real world and the clown world.
Mm-hmm.
The clown world does something bad, the real something to try to fix it, stuff like that. So what if? What if he did that? What if Operation Speed did do that? The C is actually the SV. I'm trying to think of right?
The C.
What if? And then think about it. They stopped doing, basically the V's for that back in the 70s. Well, all of us, we remember, we got them. We got the scars, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the side effects? Do you remember how many people they lost back then from all of that? All the kids?
No.
Same percentages. And what did he went over it, he was talking about the 4 different types of S that they have. They have one type that's 100% lethality, one type that's like 80% V or not, and then another type, which is what they tried out in India and Africa, was the lower dose, where it's like 30% lethality, stuff like that. And it, that was kind of, when you stop and do the research on all of this, you go, well, that's kind of plausible. What if? And then not only that, we were talking about the chemtrails and everything else. What if the bad guys do this and then the good guys try to fix it? Which is why we have so much more in the air. I went out and pulled my finger across some of the stuff that was coming out of the air and, basically layering everything, and it's white. And I had somebody test it. A friend of mine's a chemist. He tested it. He said it's hydroxychloroquine. And he said there's other things in there, the aluminum and the barium, because it all comes out of the sky. But the point is the good guys are doing something. I don't know what, and like I said, it's almost as if bad guys do something and the good guys counteract, and, like war, total crazy stuff. But isn't that highly plausible about the switch, let's say, maybe?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
Possibility. That's all I was looking at.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was going to go back to this other one, too. On the moon, I got to thinking about things and everything I've heard from the research. And, I've heard, a lot of flat earth stuff, because I've gone back, I've done the math. I've been to tops of mountains. I've been up in military aircraft looking out of the pilot's windows. My dad was ex-Air Force. Plus, I was Army. So, I've even crossed the Ro-Ros coming across the Atlantic. I've been in a lot of places, and being an artist, I've seen with my own eyes, but then when it hit me, I was like, oh, I was gobsmacked. How could I not have seen this? Like, oh my God, the blinders are off, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, let's go back to the moon. It reminds me of a battery. The sun's the positive, the moon's the negative. And as it comes around towards the sun, it recharges. Boom, we get a full moon. Mm-hmm. It gets smaller and lighter. You can see the stars through it. You can see the sky through it. It comes back to the sun. Boom, it gets recharged. It just, that's what it reminds me of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, makes sense to me.
I just wanted to put that in.
Yeah, that's what Cammie and I have talked about too. Like that the moon is not that it's fluorescing like a UV reactive mineral, right? Like it's soaking up the charging the UV to charge, and then it emits that light. So it's like it is emitting its own light, but it also gets charged by the sun. So it's both.
Right. Because it's already been proven that the light from the moon is a cold light, not a warm light, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just making sure I had that right.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to learning all this stuff. I've been searching for the truth for a very long time, and it's just such an exciting time. Scary, but, exciting to know that we're actually getting truth for a change.
Yeah.
Amidst all the crap.
Exactly.
But I wanted to thank you for everything that you do out here. I know sometimes it seems like people don't appreciate it and people haters out there. But it's just because we don't know. We were all stupid at one point. We were all blind.
Yeah. I was there.
I think it's great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I appreciate everything you guys have been doing. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thanks for calling.
All right. Talk to you later.
All right. Bye. No stars through the moon. Yeah. Yeah, and you know what else makes me think that the moon isn't transparent or whatever? Makes me wonder though, because there's never like a black spot when it's new moon phase. Although, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't point like a telescope at the sky and it's like, oh, we can't see stars because the moon's right there, right? Where's those pictures at? Where are the pictures of the black circle in the star field because you can't see it because the moon's there? That's kind of weird. So, right? It's weird. Hope. Yes, hope. Exactly. Yeah, there's a lot of crazy dark stuff going on in the world right now, and it does seem to be getting worse. Like, I can't sugarcoat it and lie. Here's the good thing. We also know that a lot of what's being put forth as fear porn is a bunch of bullshit lies. So we know we don't necessarily have to believe it, but it does affect us because other people do believe it. Most people do believe it, and then they react accordingly, and things kind of... And even though we are aware that everybody's being played like puppets, and we're not being played, like we're not falling for it, we're still going to be affected by it, right? at least we have each other, you know, to like sort of walk each other through it, help each other get through it, you know. But I have a lot of, actually, the little discussion about the year and the year being a year of the dragon. Let's read a little bit about the year of the dragon, because the year of the dragon, and I learned about this in 2012 when I had my daughter, because my daughter, like I said, my daughter was born in the year of the dragon, and I found out that it was actually a very desirable year to give birth in the year of the dragon, right? So like a lot of Chinese people who are into all this stuff will plan to have children in the year of the dragon, right? I had no idea. So anyway, year of the dragon. Why is the year of the dragon 2024 wood dragon 5 elements theory? Why is the year of the wood dragon 2024 special? Why is it saying wood dragon? The 5 elements. Is dragon the same as wood dragon? Anyway, according to the Chinese zodiac, the dragon is the most powerful and auspicious animals. It represents strength and wisdom. Let me zoom in on this. Strength, wisdom, luck, and prosperity. The dragon is also associated with one of the 5 elements: wood, fire, earth, metal, or water. Each element gives the dragon a different personality and destiny. So, okay, so each year is a different combination of an element and the dragon. So, fire dragon is passionate and charismatic, radiates energy, enthusiasm, confidence in everything he does. Earth dragon, which would be 28 and 88, is stable and reliable. He works hard to achieve his goals and practicality with diligence and discipline. The metal dragon is noble and refined, impresses others with his elegance, grace, and sophistication. The water dragon, it's supposed to be 2012, is flexible and intuitive, adapts to different situations with versatility, resourcefulness, and creativity. So here we have the year of the wood dragon, 2024, is also known as Yang Wood on Dragon or Jia Chen in Chinese. The fixed element of the dragon Chen is earth, which represents stability, honesty, and loyalty. The variable element of the dragon in 2024 is Yang Wood or Jia, representing growth, creativity, and flexibility. So if you think about it, this is something that is really needed for this world at this time, right? We need that sort of energy, because it really seems like we've been seeing the breaking down of a lot of things are falling away, like our old way of life has kind of fallen away and broken down. So now we have a year of growth. Here's where, being on our side of the things is the most powerful, right? Because you have this energy that's being put forth by the realm of growth, creativity, and flexibility, right? So whose growth? Whose creativity? Flexibility to what? Like, what are you being flexing to, right? Or whatever. What's flexing you, right? So knowing that, we can know that we can use this sort of cosmic energy to promulgate, to do our own type of growth, our own creativity, and things that are going to serve us, not the powers that shouldn't be. So the wood dragon is the most creative and visionary of the dragons. They are optimistic, ambitious, and adventurous. They like to explore new ideas and challenge themselves. They are also generous, compassionate, and loyal to their friends. Oh, so if you're having a child that's going to be born during this year, they might have some of these traits, right? Therefore, the year of the dragon in 2024 is expected to be a time of visionary leaders, innovators, and problem solvers. Yeah, buddy, that's what we need. We totally need that, right? We need problem solvers. That's what's up. 2024 is also predicted to be a great year to start new projects. I'm starting a new project, and explore new opportunities and create value for yourself and others. Some of the most promising sectors for business growth in the Dragon Year 2024 are fintech, I don't know what that is, AI, cybersecurity, blockchain, and solar energy. Well, I don't know about all that. The year of the Wood Dragon 2024 is special because it is a rare combination of the dragon's power and the wood's creativity. It is a year of innovation, vision, and growth. It is a year to pursue your dreams, express your ideas, expand your horizons. It is also a year to be generous, compassionate, and loyal to your friends. The next year of the Wood Dragon in the Chinese zodiac will be 2084, which is 60 years from now. Wow. So there you go. We got good cosmic energy for 2024, so that's pretty good. I like that. Who knows what the fuck's going on, right? Sounds cute-ish, good guy versus bad guys. Well, the new moon is so close to the sun. Your wife is a fire dragon? Nice. So I didn't realize that they took elements and attached them to the years also, so that it was like even more refined. So water dragon, that's what my daughter is, a water dragon. And she's very creative. I will say that. Very creative. She's more creative than I was at that age. She's very, very creative. And very smart. Our little, yes, Karen B, our little one will be born in August. Oh, congratulations! Stephanie and Sander are gonna have a little dragon baby. That's amazing. Congratulations. Happy new project year. You a rat in the Chinese zodiac? You are humans, not animals. I agree, Ali B. Rat, monkey, dragon. I'm a rabbit, but don't know what element. What year are you born? Let's figure it out. Scrotal detox. We can figure it out. What is a human? That word still bothers me. Can't find the origins of it. I've heard good breakdowns of the word human, and I've heard bad breakdowns of the word human. That's really amazing. Congratulations. Shoot for Leo, Sun, Dragon, Lion sounds like a good thing. Sounds a little intimidating, Thunder Chicken. 87? Let's see. Let's see. Oh, so Wood Rabbit, 75. Why did it skip? Oh, here we go. Fire Rabbit. You're a Fire Rabbit. Fire Rabbit, 1987. Lucky numbers for 2024 are 1, 3, and 9. Red, pink, and purple are your lucky colors, and your auspicious direction is south. Your favorable months are March, July, and November. So there you go, Fire Rabbit. You're a Fire Rabbit. Okay, now I want to see what mine is, because I'm Snake. I'm a snake. Fire snake. Ooh, I'm a fire snake. I'm a fire snake. Yeah, buddy. I like it. Water pig. Chinese zodiac is kind of fun, I gotta say. I'm a Gemini rabbit. Fire snake. May bring exciting opportunities for personal and professional growth. Sweet, I need that shit. They should focus on their strengths and use their natural talents to advance their careers. Financially, they may see some growth and success, but it's important to manage their finances carefully and avoid taking on unnecessary risks. In terms of relationships, Fire snakes should focus on communication and building strong connections with those around them. I do need to work on communication. I have to say, my communication sucks. It sucks. Not gonna lie. How fun. Happy New Year, it's Duck. Fire snake is metal. Dude, fire snake. I feel like I need to make that my new logo as a fire snake. I don't know enough about Chinese zodiac. I know it's tied to Jupiter because it's 12-year cycles. That's what we were wondering earlier because I was mentioning that it's the Jupiter return. Every 12 years is your Jupiter return, which is supposed to be like a kind of a big deal in the horoscope, you know, in that whole thing. If you follow it, a Jupiter return is a big deal. So it could be related to that. You know, I just don't know where to the sidereal zodiac has a 13 sign that isn't present in the tropical zodiac. That's talking about Ophiuchus. Ophiuchus, though, see, we talked about this. Ophiuchus is not on the ecliptic. Which is why it doesn't work. For all their differences, tropical and sidereal zodiacs are both familiar with Western astrologists. They make use of the same 12 signs with a 13th thrown into the sidereal zodiac. But in Chinese astrology, we see completely different interpretations of the astrology signs. There are two big differences here. The first is the signs themselves. Through the Chinese zodiac, use 12 signs. They're not the signs you're familiar with. We'll explain those in a moment. The other major difference is that your sign changes year to year instead of month to month. For example, let's say you're born the 24th of August, 1986. The tropical zodiac says that you're a Virgo. According to sidereal, you're a Leo, and if you'd been born a month earlier, those signs would change. But according to the Chinese zodiac, you're born under the sign of the tiger as long as you're born in 1986. The month doesn't matter. So, but it doesn't really say why they do it that way. It is interesting though. They're actually, both of them are accurate. All these things have their you know, are accurate to some degree. I'm an earth monkey. What element snake are you? What is May 6, 1985? Okay, Rose, let's check it out. 85 would be year of, not the snake. Let's see. I'm going to type in 1985. See if it shows me. Ox. You're an ox. My son is also an ox. So, an ox. And 85 is a wood ox. A wood ox, Rose. For wood ox people born in 1985, the year 2024 will bring significant changes in their life. It is time to take risks and start something new, be it a new job, business, or relationship. Be proactive and confident. You will be rewarded. So you're a wood ox. Welcome to the Monkey Club. Mark Sargent is a monkey too. 2016 was my second Saturn return, and I learned about flat Earth. You looked up metal rat. It's really accurate. Mind blown. It is pretty accurate. The Chinese have some accurate stuff. There's this, I used this, let me see if I can find it. Chinese gender prediction calculator. Okay, look at this. You see this? This is what I used. I plugged my information into this every time I got pregnant. I had babies. I had 3 of them. It was right every single time. And it's really weird. So you put in your mother's date of birth, the conception date, or the expected date of delivery, and then it tells you what it's going to predict that your baby will be. And I shit you not, this is so accurate. So Stephanie and Sander, you guys should try this. Just type in Chinese gender predictor, put your information, and then see what it tells you your baby will be. It might be right. You know? So anyway, I don't know, you know, what their little formula is for stuff, but they seem to have some stuff figured out. Can you do September 80, 1980? Let's see. What's 1980? Monkey? You're a monkey? Is this the same site? Why isn't it showing me? Oh, I have to click on this. That's why. Metal monkey. Bruh, you're a metal monkey. We are planning to come to Flattoberfest with the little one. Oh! That'll be amazing. That'll be amazing. Ashley Claudio says it was right each time for me too, right? I'm telling you. Just test it out. We don't want to know the gender, but we'll remember it. Oh, well, if you don't want to know, don't listen to me. You do whatever you want. Me, I was like, what's it going to be? You know, and I also had like my own intuitive feeling about what my babies were. And I was right too. I was right about guessing the sex of my own baby just by guessing. I mean, and you know, it's 50-50, right? Like your chances are pretty good. But I did know intuitively what each of my babies were before I found out. Like Moon in Taurus means it's going to be a girl. $1980 monkey, as long as his birthday is after the second moon of the year. Yeah, metal monkey. Well, he said he was September, so that counts. Metal monkey. Metal monkeys born in 1980 can look forward to an exciting and eventful 2024 with many opportunities to celebrate with family and pursue new goals. First half of the Chinese year is a good time to save money, while the second half is favorable for making smart investments. The best part is that you may receive a large amount of money and be able to realize your ambitious plans. Now, this is actually really accurate. So, let me see if I can find this. Where is it? I forget the name of it. You know what I'm talking about? Where the Years of great loss versus years of Oh my god, I can't remember the name of the graphic I'm trying to find. It's killing me right now because it's totally irrelevant to this. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Hold on. I bet you I can. Hold on. I'm sorry. I promise this will make sense. Here we go. Okay, so let me open this. This thing. Have you guys seen this graphic? Periods when to make money. That's what it's called. Maybe I can find it now. Periods when to make money. So this is a graphic made in 1875. Let me see if I can find a... Benner cycle. There it is. Boom. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about. So periods when to make money. So the line A, years in which panics have occurred and will occur again. 2019. This graph was made in 1875. Now, why is it so accurate? I mean, I don't know. But B, the B line right here, the second line, years of good times, high prices, and the time to sell stocks and values of all kind. So that is when you take profits, right? Like if you invest, this is when you're going to take profits. And C, years of hard times, low prices, and a good time to buy stocks. 2023 is here at the bottom. Were we not at the just at the dirt bottom? Like the economy is total shit, right? So 2026, then you're going to start seeing like an upswing in the cycle now where we're going to start heading into the years where we're going to start making, there's going to be profits again, right? So this little thing, where was that? Was it monkey? Metal monkey, where it says save money in the first half and then the second half is favorable for making smart investments. Well, the second half of 2024, you're going to start going on this upswing right here, and boom, that's when you're going to start, you can make gains. You can start taking profits on stuff that you invest in. So just keep that in mind. 2026 should be a year of good times, high prices. So if you're into investing or anything like that, just keep that in mind. Right now we're in the accumulation phase, and then, you know, in about a year and a half, you're going to start taking profits. Always. Which side is that? Which side is what? Just found out last night someone in our community was scammed for $1,600. I'm backstage and would like to address it when you are done with this portion of the show. Oh, shit. Hey, Brian, what happened?
Hello, this is the man upstairs.
I think this is the first time you've actually called in.
So,
what happened?
no, I think I've called in at least once or twice. So, first off, I'm going to leave this person's name anonymous, but this is somebody that I know you have a great affinity for, and so do I. One of my longest standing friends in the flat earth community, a lovely woman that we know. So most people know, moving into a new apartment tomorrow, and I was fortunate enough that the first legit place that I looked at a couple weeks ago, they approved me pretty fast, and everything's still good with that. But I did see one other place just before that, that turned out to be a huge, elaborate scam via Craigslist. So I decided to do a video breaking down that scam, and just to try and prevent anybody else from falling to it. And I got contacted last night by this person who told me that she actually fell for this exact scam about a year ago, and she lost $1,600 because of it. So I just want to make sure that everybody is aware of it so nobody else falls for this scam, because I do feel that not only did this person lose $1,600, but it also greatly altered their course of everything they were trying to do, really. So what it is I went on Craigslist to look at places in the area near my work, and I saw a townhome that was listed for, I think, $1,000. Now, anybody knows Craigslist can be a little sketchy, but they do have legit apartments on there and stuff. So, and everybody knows that, like, people will try and scam you for, maybe not everybody knows, but people will try and scam you for security deposits for places that they don't even own. So if somebody tells you, hey, look at this place, but you don't get to go actually see the place, you don't ever send them money, and neither would I. But they've stepped their game up, and this ties into the pandemic. And I think because of everybody being scared to be around each other and things being done remotely, the scammers have they've taken great advantage of this. So what happened is, I saw the place listed. I contacted the guy. His name was Mr. Ken. Okay. And Mr. Ken said, oh, you can come see the place, blah, 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 blah. And I said, okay, well, I can't tomorrow. I'll see you Sunday or whatever day it was. Anyways, when I called him on Sunday, he told me to call him because it's an hour drive. He told me to call him an hour before I wanted to see the place, and he would meet me there. So I said, okay. And I called him, and then it was, oh, I'm at church right now, but if you want to head to the property, I can let you in. I said, oh, okay. So he's going to let me in the property. So it didn't really seem like a scam at all. I'm going to be inside the property. My biggest concern was driving an hour to a place and maybe the guy wouldn't show up. So I drove out there, and when I got there, he told me to call him when I got there. So I called him, and he said, okay, now I'm going to get you the code so you can go into the property and take all the time you want in there, and then you can, call me while you're in there and blah, 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 blah. And he said, here's the link, and just click on my property and hit schedule tour. And I did that, and it started to ask me all these questions, including, making me take a selfie, uploading the front and the back of my license into this website. And this website, it's called Invitation Homes. And if you look at it, it's a very legit looking website. It actually turns out to be a legit site. So anyways, I'm on the phone with the landlord, Mr. Ken, and he is saying, oh, I'm sorry this has taken so long, but I just need to know who's in my property. Well, that made sense to me. They're making me go through this property because he's not there. I'm going to be in the house, and, they want to scan my license and all that. So I did all that, and it generated me a code on my phone. I entered the 4-digit code. I went in the property. I toured around for about 15 minutes. I called him while inside. I spoke to him about different things about it, utilities, the washer and dryer and whatnot, and everything seemed fantastic. And then he said, okay, you just need to fill out the application fee. And the application fee was like $50. And that's where I get wary, but that's on the low end of an application fee. So I'm like, $50, all right, I'll just try it, blah, blah, blah. And he wanted it Cash App. So once somebody wants something Cash App, I get a little skeptical, of course, but I decided to send the $50 anyways with the application fee. Now, after I sent it, what's really interesting is if somebody has your Cash App, if you send them Cash App, the money's gone. So he could have just been done with me once I sent him the $50. So he said, okay, I'll get back to you tomorrow after we look at the application. So the next day comes and goes, and, I didn't hear from him. So at like 9 p.m., I called him back, and I said, hey, Mr. Ken, what's up with the application? But oh, I'll let you know by tomorrow. So tomorrow comes, and I'm actually driving up to work, and I get a phone call from a number that would match that area code, and I answer it, and I was expecting it to be him, and it wasn't him. And it was this woman from Invitation Homes. She said, hey, you just did you just tour our property yesterday? And of course they know I did because they saw my picture and I went in their property and I uploaded my ID and everything. And I said, yeah. So did you speak to anybody else about this? I said, well, actually, yeah, I spoke to a guy named Mr. Ken. She said, I feel that you've been, I'm sorry, but you've been victim of a scam. And I said, oh, well, that's interesting. So let me guess how this works. So for anybody that's not following along, what this guy did is he took properties that were listed on legit sites. He takes the images of the property and the description underneath it, reposts them on Craigslist, undercuts the price so people go there, and then what he does is he arranges you to go there, but because of what's been going on in the last 4 years, they do these tours of properties now without the real estate agents. So what he did is he sent me to a home, claimed he owned it. He didn't really own it. When I got there, he sent me a link to the website that's posting the home legitly, not the Craigslist, and they have these tours that you can schedule. So I scheduled a legit tour through Invitation Homes while on the phone with him, thinking he was the landlord. So I went inside the property, even though he had nothing to do with the equation the whole time. And then, I sent him the $50. Now, what's interesting is after I sent him the $50, and this is what I said to the lady, and she said, yep, because I explained it to her. Once she said it was a scam, I said, let me guess how this works. So he had me use your website that lets people tour the property, even though he didn't own it, to portray that he was the landlord in some elaborate scam. She said, yeah. I said, well, what's interesting is after I sent him the $50 on Cash App, he said, I'm going to send you a receipt. And 3 hours later, he sent me a receipt. Why would he ever send me a receipt if he's already got my $50? I said, wait a minute, let me guess, because he's not going for the $50.
Yeah.
This motherfucker is going to try and string me along, tell me I'm approved, and then try and get a full security deposit out of me.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, yep, that's exactly what he's going to do. So after I got off the phone with her a few hours later, Mr. Ken emails me, congratulations, I sat down with my attorney, you're approved. You just need to sign the lease. He sent me a 4-page lease in my email, a completely fake and fabricated lease, okay, for a property he doesn't own, and, telling me I'm approved and I just need to send the $1,000 security deposit. Now, this is a pretty elaborate scam. I know that a lot of people might sniff it out, but a lot of people wouldn't. Mm-hmm. Definitely, I've heard of these scams where people will try and collect security deposits on places they don't own, but I've never heard about you being able to be inside the home. This guy, as far as I knew, he generated me a key code through his website, and I was able to be inside his home, but it wasn't his home at all. So what these scammers are doing, I'm manipulating the system where now that they know that these people do tours through websites where the realtors aren't there, they undercut their prices, post it elsewhere, pretend they're the realtor, and then it makes it look like they let you in the home. Now, the reason I'm calling, not only did I do a video on it, I did a video on it because I wanted to make sure other people didn't fall for it, but I got contacted last night by a woman we know very well in this community who fell for this exact same scam and did not want to tell anybody because she was embarrassed, so I'm not going to use her name at all. Mm-hmm. But I want to reiterate to anybody to please be very, very, very careful. And if you are looking for an apartment, definitely check out my video on it, because I feel not only did this person lose $1,600, it really altered the course of her direction and everything she was trying to do, and really threw a huge curveball and a wrinkle in her plans, and it's really affected her in a big way. So I really want everybody to be really, really careful about it. And if you are going to use something like Craigslist, one thing you could probably do to see if the site you're looking at isn't a scam, and I didn't know because I didn't know I was getting scammed at the time, take the address, take the listing you're looking at on Craigslist, and then go on sites are reputable, like apartments.com, Zillow, whatever, and compare the prices. And if the prices don't match, they're trying to scam you. So I just wanted to make everybody aware of that, and I'll drop a link to my video breaking it down in your chat.
Yeah, wow.
So Valley Parks is asking in the chat, how did they get the gate code? See, again, this is, and I'm going to explain it real quick again. He didn't get the code. What happens is there's a legit site. Invitation Homes was the legit site, but because I was at the property that he advertised on Craigslist, I had multiple phone conversations. I drove up there, talked to him again. He said, here's the link you need to get in my house. I need to know who's in there, so they're going to check your verification and all that. He sent me a link, but the link he sent me, I could have just went to that website on my own if I knew better and scheduled a tour. So he manipulated them completely and pretended to be the landlord. Are you following?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I get it. So the Invitation Homes website, well, you can schedule to go look at properties without paying money, but he's charging people money to schedule looking at houses. Is that what's happening?
Well, it's not just that they're scheduling, letting you go and tour the place without money, which is this case, it was free. I mean, he's not even affiliated with the property at all. You know what I'm saying? So Invitation Homes is the one showing the property, but because of COVID, they started letting people go and tour homes without the real estate agent there. So the scammers picked up on this and figured out a way to intercept people by taking the properties, listing them on another site, Craigslist, at a lower price to drive the traffic there. And then when you go through and contact the people via Craigslist, they send you to the actual property that's listed on many other sites, but they've gained your trust as they're the landlord. And now that they're going to send, once he sent me the link and I went to Invitation Homes and they gave me a code that I entered and it unlocked the door. Of course, I think the guy's legit. He just generated me a key code to go in the home, you know? But he actually had nothing to do with the property. Anybody could run that scam and send you to any one of these homes and get you inside with a generated key code.
Jeez.
And then after that, he tries to extract a security deposit off you, and you're sending a security deposit to a fucking scammer who has nothing to do with the property and is just manipulating the system. Now, I did lose $50, but I wouldn't have gone any further. Even if they didn't call me and warn me, I would have definitely not gone any further. But I said when I made the video that I know people would easily fall for this, and I got contacted by this woman last night. And maybe I could even read some of the message and leave some words out. Oh, no, because it was a voice message that she sent me. But she went and looked in a property, not in North Carolina, in another state. It was a beachfront property. And she went inside, toured it and everything. And she got taken by the same scam. And she actually ended up sending them $1,600. And she got completely fucked out of it. And I don't want anybody else in this community to get completely fucked out of something like that. So.
Yeah. $1,600 is a lot of money for people, especially if you don't make a lot of money.
Yeah, and
that
it's a very, very
back a bit.
Yeah, and it was a very, very sweet person that we know, and I feel so awful that this happened to her. I kind of wish this whole scam situation would have happened to me long ago, so I could have pointed it out long ago and helped her avoid it. But please, anybody, if you're looking for an apartment or anything like that, please at least see my breakdown on it, where I show you visually how it works and everything, because it is an elaborate scam. And even after explaining it, it's kind of hard to process. It's like, so how did they do it? Yeah, they send you to a property they don't own, but because you saw them list the property, you think they're the landlord, and then they trick you into going to a site that would have given you the door code anyways. But it's not their property.
That's some shitty stuff, man. People suck.
Yeah, he sent me a 4-page lease and everything. I have it in my email. A 4-page fabricated lease for a property he doesn't own. And of course, he was trying to get $1,000 security deposit out of me. And if I sent, he gave me a receipt for my $50, but you know damn well if I sent him that $1,000, that would have been the last I ever heard from Mr. Ken.
Yeah, that would have been it. So, did you ever let Mr.
That would have been
Ken?
it. That would have been out.
Did you ever let Mr. Ken know that you were onto his shit? What did you do about it? Anyway?
No, what I did do is I acted like I didn't know, and I acted like, okay, I'm going to go and try and bust this guy. Like, I'm going to go with my spy glasses and record this guy and follow him or call the police or something. And so I messaged him back, and I said, hey, but I forget what I said, but I said, but I can only do cash, man. Something's wrong with my bank. Maybe you could meet me at the property. Now, the problem is, even if you wanted to meet me at the property and try and get $1,000 cash off me, who's to say this guy's anywhere, even in the Charlotte area? The guy's probably in fucking Nigeria. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who knows where the guy actually is?
Right.
So that wouldn't have even been possible. And then I was like, am I really going to waste my weekend and drive an hour up there and try and bust this guy anyway? So I didn't. But yeah, pretty elaborate scam when they actually get you inside of the property, which makes you think it's definitely legit.
I
He
could see
listed this
somebody
home, told me
falling
to
for
leave
it.
him there.
Right. That makes it seem more real if you actually go someplace and you get access and you're looking at a property. That doesn't seem like something that they would be able to do, but the way things are set up makes it possible. That's really
Yeah, and I
weird.
think this is all because of the pandemic bullshit, you know. Or why else are they doing viewings of homes without the real estate agent there? Probably, you know, it's probably because people don't want to get sick and be around other people. That's probably why they started that whole process. So these scumbags have taken advantage of that whole system. And somebody we know very well has gotten scammed out of $1,600 because of it.
That sucks.
So everybody be careful out there. There's a lot of shitty people. Just wanted to make people aware of that.
All right. Well, that's good. That's good information for people. Man, sucks.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Thank you. I'm going to drop the link to the video. Please check it out. It's on my channel. And if you listen to this after, just go to my channel, Dose of Reality, click videos, and it's one of the newest uploads. It's titled, well, you'll know what it is. Elaborate Craigslist apartment scam.
Mm-hmm. All right. All right. Well,
That's all I got. Thank you.
Thanks, Brian.
Bye.
All right. Yeah, dude. A lot of scammers out there. A lot of scammers out there. You really got to do your due diligence and make sure people are not trying to pull one over on you, because that's how it is, man. Did he have a foreign voice? It sounds like most of it went through email, so I don't even know if Brian ever actually talked to the guy. Because he said it was through email, right? Or I don't know. I'm sure if you talk to them, it's easier to tell. And plus, and even if they did have an accent, like, that's not... You know, there's a lot of foreign people that live in America. So, that's not even like 100% way to tell. So yeah, thank you, Chuck, for the tip on Rockfin. Happy New Year. Can you see what my sign is? March 1st, 1968. Yes, Chuck. And I saw, Mark, you asked about 1988. 88 is Earth Dragon. You are the Earth Dragon, stable and reliable. Works hard to achieve his goals with practicality, diligence, and discipline. And I actually read this earlier. Because my daughter is a dragon, and there's other people in here who are dragons. My daughter is a fire dragon, which kind of, is it ironic that she's a fire dragon and I'm a fire snake? Was she fire dragon? I have to check again. I think it was fire dragon. Or no, she was water dragon, and this year is fire dragon. That's what it was. This year is fire dragon year. That's what it is. This year is the fire dragon. Oh no, this year is wood dragon. I'm so confused. Dragon. Water dragon is what she was. And this year is wood dragon. The wood dragon is the most creative visionary of the dragons. And that's what this year is. It's wood dragon year. That's what it is. So confused. So easily confused. Okay. And then one more person wants to see what they are. 68? Let's see. 1968. 1968. Monkey. Another monkey. And 68 is Earth Monkey. Earth Monkey. For people born in 1968, the year of the Wood Dragon will be a time for stability and growth. Your hard work will pay off and you may receive recognition for your efforts. It is important to maintain a positive attitude and avoid getting too caught up in small details. Take time to relax and enjoy life's pleasures, Earth Monkey. And then they have their horoscope by month. This is the ChineseZodiac.org. If you guys want to go read about your own sign, it's theChineseZodiac.org. It's pretty cool site. The monkey can look forward to a stable financial situation in the year of Dragon 2024. Even though some challenges may arise from high expenses, the star Guo Yin will help you earn more money in 2024, not only from your regular sources, but also from some unexpected or hidden ones. You can also save some money for the future if you are careful with your spending habits and avoid unnecessary risks or investments. You should also consult a professional before making any major financial decisions. I like how it says black tourmaline protection bracelet. Everybody should have a black tourmaline for protection. That's good. Doesn't matter who you are. Whenever will my horoscope say, do pay attention to details? It never says that. Sander are gonna have a wood dragon baby. That's right. A wood dragon baby. My theory is that stars and planets send vibrations to our realm and affect our lives. Sonoluminescence shows how sound could make the luminaries. Seems like that same sound would affect our water-based bodies. I agree, Mr. Foot Big. By the way, I have my Bigfoot shirt on today. Did you guys notice? My Bigfoot. I got my wood booger shirt on. Yeah. I like to say that too. Like if you think about it, like the whole luminary thing, even makes more sense on a flat earth, which is why I even started getting into astrology more after looking into flat earth, because think about the plane of the earth, right? And then all of the luminaries above it, circling above it, and wherever they are, right, in the sky, and wherever you are being born down on the earth plane, so luminaries up here, earth plane here, and you pop out, all of the angles of influence from the luminaries, you know, these energies affect the type of person that you'll be. You know, and it's not a bad thing. It's good that we have different types of people, right? What if everybody was the same? How freaking boring would it be? That, you know, variety really is the spice of life, right? And that natural entropy of the realm and that randomness, you know, that's what makes everybody unique. And nobody has the same angles of influence as you, right? Think about it. Nobody. Because even the time is going to be different, right? Like, say if you're in a hospital bed that a whole bunch of other women have given birth to, right, in this same spot, like a bunch of babies were born in that same spot, but the luminaries change, right? So even if you're born in the same spot somebody else was born, the angles of influence are going to be different for you because you were born in time, a different place in time, which alters the angles of influence, right? So think about that. It's very unique to you. Your moment, your snapshot of the luminaries, you know, of the realm is unique to you because it's all based on the time and the place where you were born. So even if somebody else is born at the same time, they were in a different place, right? They can't occupy the same space as you during the same time, right? So even if they're born at the same time, their snapshot is different because their place is different. So if you think about it that way, you know, everybody has a very unique snapshot of the sky for when they're born, unique to you, and it is, though, you know, that's your very unique angles of influence. I'm walking to the store to get some cigs. Who's triggered? Wood and dragon, a bad mix. Big earthquake in Japan? Did it just happen? No, in a hospital bed. Right now there's 3-bedroom up for grabs. Alright. So anyway, look up this, periods when to make money if you're into finances and any of that stuff. Watch it closely, because even if you go back in time, this is kind of accurate. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's a little accurate. 2007 was good. After that, we fell back down, right? So anyway, it's just interesting, just something to pay attention to. Check your phone. Who, me? Okay, it must not have been for me. Not my phone. Oh, that phone. Oh, I got callers. Oops, my bad. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Yes, that phone. So I wanted to touch back because Crow team had asked me to, they had talked to me a little bit about doing a calendar episode. And so I spent a substantial amount of time trying to dig through it. And it honestly does, it compared to everything that everybody talks about today, it honestly just gets horribly confusing, and I never could get the greatest grip on it. Like the 13-month calendar that so many people talk about, the only example of that I've ever found is the Ethiopian calendar, which was not widely used in any way. It's so when we look at the Julian calendar, we're in the Gregorian or whatever, we look at the Julian, the big change in the Julian was, before that it was a 10-month system. They were, because the Roman system's all deca. Everything's on base 10. And so they had a 10-month system, but their 10-month system was 304 days. And they had a 61-day period in the middle of winter, which was like a dead period. And so when with the Julian calendar change, this is where they added January and February into it. That's what covered the new the 2 dead months in the winter. Because before that, and everybody talks about this, where October's 8, you got Sept, Oct, and then December with Deca. Mm-hmm. But then with the Julian calendar, they changed it to 12, so this is when they added in Janus and then February. And then with the Julian calendar, they still had spring, because the spring start was always something that was Roman. That wasn't something that was Northern European or other people. That was always a Roman invention. And so then they changed it back. And you see this where during that time period where the Gregorian calendar started coming in, they were trying to implement a lot of things with the Northern Europeans. So there was a lot of concessions with the Northern Europeans, and I think that's part of why they moved it back. With Northern Europeans, there was only 2 seasons, and the start of the day was in the evening. So, and we still practice that with like New Year's Eve. You start your party in the evening before when the sun goes down. Same thing with Christmas. It's because that's when the day started, and so that's when the year started. We had summer and then winter, which was just 2 separate seasons. One you went out raiding, farming, you went out and worked. One you came home, did your canning, sat home for winter, that kind of thing. Two very separate things. So, and I've never found anything on a 13. So the 12 only came in with the Romans. So I've never found anything with some hidden 13, like it somehow went from 13 to 12. It went from 8 to 10 to 12. So it was only an 8-month period for most Northern Europeans, and I know you and I have talked about this personally before, and you said even the Hebrews with their system matched that a lot, where they had 2 seasons and whatnot. So a lot of this is just Roman invention. And like I said, where they come back in and they're like, oh, well, it's this hidden 13. Well, where was the 13 ever before that? I've never, like I said, the only lunar calendar I've been able to find that was actually ever used is the Ethiopian, and it was used in a very tiny area.
And you know what? I searched the Ethiopian calendar after you said that, and this thing comes up and it says the first 12 Ethiopian calendar months have 30 days each. Only the 13th month has 5 or 6 days. So that's like not even a real month. It's just all of the extra days lumped together.
Right. Which is kind of what the original 10-month calendar did, was just like, here's our 10 months and here's a bunch of extra days.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, so like at the end of it, the more I looked into it, the more nothing anybody talks about matched what I was actually finding and what was actually used. And nobody even talks about the switch from the 10 to the 12. It's like they don't even realize that the 10 was the actual predecessor, and that was still a Roman invention. So, like, there's so much occult things that they pull out, and I'm going, where did you get this? Where's the base information? I can't find it. And it's so many things similar to, like, when you start studying the occult and pagan things and whatnot, and there's gods like Ostara that everybody talks about as this ancient goddess that everybody knows all about her, knows all of these symbology, the different festivals, things like that. And that was completely made up by Jacob Grimm in the 1800s. There's no historical reference whatsoever before that. So I feel like a lot of this calendar stuff is very similar, where there is just zero historical reference and people are just saying things now.
It's possible. Totally possible.
Right. And I'm super curious on an 8 system, which is what was used prior to the Roman 10, what would the constellations have been on that? What's the 8 setup?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like where they talk about how some people talk about how the scorpion used to be an eagle and it was actually a sign and a half, and they've cut off parts of the sign. Well, was that because it was an 8 sign? So that was the full sign. And now that we've had to make the division smaller, that cuts that tail off. So now the eagle can't be the wings or whatever. So now the eagle can't be full because we've made it into a smaller fractal and divided the sky more, where if we had it at 8, that would be a full sign.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, it's totally plausible that there was a whole different set of constellations and everything broken down a different way, because nature is under no obligation to follow our rules for numbers and division and any of that stuff. And we all know that everything is basically an approximation. So yeah, makes sense to me.
Absolutely. Which is why every calendar has like weird extra days and things like that. And there's no actual reconciliation in any calendar, including everybody talks about the lunar. But like you just said, the lunar cycle doesn't work like they say, where it's exactly 28 days. So there still has to be a reconciliation at the end.
Yeah.
No matter what mathematical system we're talking right now.
Yeah, exactly.
So, all right. Well, I just wanted to blab about that for a minute, because it's just a fascinating subject, but one like I said, I could never put together a presentation. I'm like, it just gets more confusing the further you go. Shit.
It is. And even when you try to describe it, you can have charts in front of you and it still sounds confusing to the one listening. It's a difficult subject.
Exactly. Well, we love you, Karen.
All right.
Talk
Love
to
you
later.
Too. Cheers. See you later. All right. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hey, Queen Bee, how are you? Happy fake New Year, happy days, whatever you want to call it.
Happy 2024.
Yeah, well, even that's fake too, right? Until April, right?
Yeah, whatever.
But yeah, how'd your night go last night? The Eve.
Oh, it was great. Ted and I stayed home. We made dinner, had some beers, watched a movie, and then went to sleep early. And then people in my neighborhood were lighting off fireworks though. So but I didn't even have to leave my seat. Like through my woods, through 10 acres of woods, I could see fireworks out my front window. That's how crazy my neighbors were going yesterday. So
Awesome. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Tons of money spent on that.
yeah.
But yeah, I have a special friend I met at a Flattoberfest in Vegas, and even last year. She lives a van life. This is Sandra. Say hello, Sandra.
Hi, Karen.
Hi.
You remember me?
I do.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
she
have to
hung
be
out with
reminded.
me, and we did a New Year's with.
Hello?
She's been traveling around.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm busy cooking. I'm trying to tell her to talk to you, but she's an introvert, like all of us. But anyway, I just want to call in and say hello. And she wanted to know if you were doing the Flattoberfest next year.
Shut up.
Probably. I have to pick a look. I have to find some
Yay.
place to do it. We'll see. I gotta find some place.
Oh. Not
Okay.
Arizona, right?
What? Not Arizona? I don't know. I haven't picked a place yet.
Phoenix.
What about Phoenix?
Remember you were thinking about that on the 33rd parallel or something?
Yes, I still am. But I'm not sure yet.
That's too far. That's too far for me.
Well, that's what you said about Vegas. You said you weren't going to go to Vegas, but then you were there.
Yeah, I know. I'll try to make it.
Look,
Our
I
backyard,
haven't made any decisions yet, but we'll see.
Okay. Myrtle Beach is a nice spot.
Yeah, there's some other people who are
Or somewhere-
suggesting a beach location this year. So maybe
Florida.
Cancun.
Cancun. Shit. I wish.
How about Florida?
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Awesome.
I have to be honest,
Awesome. Well,
Florida does not sound exciting to me, and I don't know why, but it doesn't. I
It's
don't
too
know
flat.
why. Maybe. I don't know.
All right.
I have no reason for it.
How
It just
about
doesn't.
Well, how about in up north,
No,
northeast?
no. We're talking October, late October. No.
Oh yeah, that's true. I'm sorry.
Go south. Go south.
Texas.
Go warm. Go warm.
Yeah. So Sandra, how do you like hanging out with me this weekend?
He's crazy. He's crazy, Karen.
Yeah.
Karen, she thinks I'm crazy. She thinks I'm gonna. I told her about.
He was talking cadavers, and I was wondering why he was cutting up cadavers, and if it was it 2 years ago or just yesterday? So I was a little bit nervous about his cadaver cutting skills.
Cadaver. Was that from med school or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, she thinks I'm gonna cut her up and put her into my big freezer, but I don't have much room left from all the other bodies.
You're gonna get swatted, Dr. Law.
You've been here before. Karen, you've been here and you live to tell the story.
Yeah, of course.
Scarred for life.
Yeah. We just wanted to say hello to everybody. Wish them all happy new fake year, and I see everyone in chat there. But hopefully we'll get together soon. Maybe in April.
Yeah, Well, hopefully before that. We should do something that around here before that. April's months away.
Okay, yeah, if you have... Oh, I'm talking about like, big get-together. But yeah, if you have something in mind, let me know.
Okay. Alrighty.
How about Brian's new pad? We can go crash Brian's new pad.
Crash. Well, I'll leave that up to Brian. I don't have the address yet.
We have to force him. We don't leave.
I can't crash it because I don't have his address. I have to try to get it.
Oh, okay. Hey, Aaron, also, if you have Tony Coriolis' phone number.
Oh, yeah, you messaged me about that.
If you do.
I don't have his number. I only talk to him when he calls in here. And I don't know. I don't have it, though.
When you tell him to give you his number, or you can give him my number.
Okay.
Yeah, just want to give him a shout out a little bit, okay?
Okay, well,
anyway,
Tony Coriolis, if you're listening, I'm almost done. Email me for Law's contact info. How about that?
Oh, great. All right, love you and love everyone in the chat. Happy New Year's again, I guess.
All right,
and
thanks,
hope
Law.
to see everyone soon.
All right. Take
All
care.
right, later.
Man, see, Flat Earthers be having fun. Ooh, it's 111. 111. Tel Aviv is sunny in October. Oh, man, I don't want to go to Israel. I don't want to go anywhere near that place right now. I'm tell you what. I don't want to go anywhere near that place. Tony Coriolis says Phoenix would be great and he can help with that. So there you go, Law. If you talk to Tony, he's going to tell you why having the event in Phoenix is going to be so great. I don't know. I'm just kidding. Hi, Carrie. Oh, it's so good to see you, Carrie. Got to see Carrie in Vegas. It was awesome. Happy New Year, Trevor7. I don't want to be a monkey. Well... in the Chinese zodiac, it's not a bad thing. I mean, they got a rat. Some people are rats. I mean, I'm a snake. I don't know. That's probably not the most desirable thing to be. Good luck on the fruit art, Dr. Law. Yeah, Dr. Law does the great carving. Fruit carvings. Oh, yuck, Billingtano. Yeah, Happy New Year, you guys. Life starts with death, so the dark period is why I think winter is the start of the year, I think. I mean, Ben, it could be. Actually, and if you think about it too, there's a lot of plant life and stuff that won't even propagate the next season unless it experiences a deep freeze during the winter, like... and there's other things that won't propagate unless they get set on fire. So everything has its place. And whatever works for you, whatever you enjoy, or whatever vibes with your energy. That's such a new agey thing to say. But you know what I mean? Wherever you feel comfortable, whatever you feel comfortable, or what works best for you and how you live your life, that's the thing. Everybody should be able to live their life how they want to live without, of course, causing harm or loss to other people. And this is entirely possible. This is called volunteerism, agorism, anarchy. All right, you guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up. It is after 1 o'clock. We've been talking quite a bit. I just want to give a shout out to my good friend Artie. Artie, who has been put in hospice care. He is a friend I made this year. I never got to meet him in real life. He is the one who helped me find a venue for Las Vegas. And he's a really great guy. So if everybody could just keep him in your thoughts and prayers. And I just wish for a comfortable and painless passing from the physical world to the spirit world for my dear friend. Because that's all we can all really hope for, right? Is a dignified ending. So, love to Artie, and shout out to Laura, his cousin. Please keep me posted. And to anybody else. Is there a way to do Flattoberfest in the park you maintain? Oh, I don't know about an outdoor event. Outdoor events scare me. So anyway, thank you all for joining me for another episode of Coffee Talk. You guys are great. Remember, you can email me at flatearthfestivals@protonmail.com. If you want me to put your meetup on the website, I'll update the meetup that, what's his name? Jesse sent me earlier in the email. I'll put that on the website. That's going to be happening in Massachusetts. And, of course, there's monthly meetups in Minnesota, Fort Collins, Colorado, and also our friend Shelly, St. George, Utah, monthly meetup with Kyle Adams. And our friend Shelly did say that she would be bringing back the Palm Bay meetups at Castaway Point, starting the first Sunday of every month. So this Sunday should be the 7th, I believe. And look for that to be the first for the Palm Bay meetups to be back in action there in Florida. Okay? So, I guess that's it. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And I hope you have a wonderful day, rest of your day. Don't forget to come back here to be with me again tomorrow, Tuesday evening from 10 p.m. to midnight with Mark Sargent for another episode of Strange World. First episode of Strange World for the new year. And, yeah. And all the other stuff. Globebusters Tech, Globebusters, Anti-Religious Scripture Study, and all that good fun stuff. And, of course, I will let you know if I make any developments regarding Flattoberfest 2024. And, yeah. I guess that's it. All right, y'all. Have a wonderful day. And for those who wish to send me stuff through snail mail, you can send it to P.O. Box 10, Earl, North Carolina, 28038. There are also links below for Flat Earth merch, and you can send me donations. And I do appreciate all the support. Sincerely, thank you very much. Also, please go to flatearthfestivals.com for all information about upcoming Flattoberfests and Flat Earth-friendly local meetups. If you are organizing a local Flat Earth meetup, email me at flatearthfestivals@protonmail.com with your meetup information to have it listed on the website for free. For everything else, you can email me at karenbfe@protonmail.com. Thank you for being here.